Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beginning of Noobs and Dice, Episode 6. Now, unfortunately, we've had some technical issues, which was completely my fault for not hitting the record button sooner, because we're trying to basically start the stream a little bit earlier without hitting the record button, so people can talk, listen to music, and say stuff that they normally wouldn't say on the stream. Just to kind of open up and talk and get players in, or in the mood, and also getting you guys to kind of set up for your guys' selves, get the stream going, and just enjoying our show. I would like to thank everybody that has been watching Noobs and Dice. This has been episode 6, and I would really appreciate if you guys keep supporting. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will be basically narrating what happened in the first 30 minutes. Now, the first 30 minutes wasn't necessarily that crazy. They just escaped from many drow, falling through jumping and falling through the webs, killing drow and obtaining their so-called gear. When in finding that gear, Cal, our Dragonborn Paladin, found a rather peculiar gem. When finding that gem, the gem transformed into and bonded to his halberd. Or, yes, I believe his halberd. And when doing so, it transformed into a scythe, having the same properties of a halberd, but with extra magical properties, which ergo is now his relic. In doing this, he manages to become super excited, and the rest of the party is now in search of so-called relics and keeping an eye out for anything that they could find when doing this. Now, while going through the route, they come across a familiar face, Bob, who has reminded them that this has been 50 years later. Bob is actually roughly an old man of like 62. And they met another halfling who is a bard cleric that is very helpful, whose name is Allie Mercer. Now, Allie Mercer works up top and works above and slowly tells our players about what is going on with the above world. But cutting her short, they figured the best solution to finding out what's going on with the top side more and more is to get out of here. So traveling through the Underdark, they picked some roles. While picking the roles, they managed to pick their 2 scouts, their 2 guides, their 2 foragers, which are hunters or survivalists, and their 2 watchmen, the people who keep watch at night while everybody sleeps. Now, when doing so, they manage to do this with no problem at ease. As they do that, they come across a path with twists and turns and travels, hearing the dripping water and the mushrooms, and every once in a while the occasional glowing gem to kind of just faintly, or not glowing gem, glowing bioluminescent fungi to kind of guide their path. When guiding their path, they managed to come across this, a 3-way path. In deciding what path they should take, they decided they will try to go to the middle path. In doing the middle path and listening to Allie Mercer, that is where we left off on our series. Again, I apologize, and I believe episode 7 is exactly the same thing as this, and I will try my uttermost best to really focus and work on getting all these technical issues fixed. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for liking and subscribing, and remember to watch our Twitch, and just don't forget, if you really like our channel, feel free to tip us. We do have a tip jar on our channel. Also on the YouTube channel, there is a little link in there that allows you to tip us. Now, tips are not mandatory, they are optional. But anything that you tip or anything that you do helps us go towards the stream. Because what our plan and our goal is to save up money. Any donations or anything like that, to plan on making our studio so much better, and to make it not half-assed, as you will. Even though we're doing a great job and we're doing the best that we can with what materials we have, it'd be wonderful for us to make it better for you. Now, any money donated to us is going straight towards the stream itself, which means putting up background walls, putting up insulation so it stays cooler, air conditioning, better microphones, better microphone positions, the tools to have a proper programmer to actually run this for us. Because when doing this, unfortunately, all of us are kind of taking turns doing Streamlabs to really make this more impactful to you. Also, we'll be able to get more artwork, and hopefully we'll be able to get a beginning intro for you guys, so you guys can enjoy something for the first minute or two before we jump on live. Anyways, thank you guys again for supporting, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy episode 6.
And it was really cool. We beat all those elf guys.
That was a bear.
And she was a bear. That was kind of awesome. I can't do that. But remember, there was that really scary sorceress chick?
Yeah, I hit her in the face.
Yeah.
No.
That was cool.
Well, kind of. I didn't see it. I was jumping. So
I almost shot him with an arrow.
they're probably trying to find us.
Probably should just stick around.
We
I
should
think I'm
probably
sharpening my blade.
we should probably keep going
I'm gonna advertise that.
because I don't. Can I hear any?
Can you hear anything?
Yeah, like anybody following us?
What is your passive perception? It's
2.
I don't think it's 2.
10 plus wisdom.
It's 10 plus your wisdom modifier,
Oh,
or your perception bonus.
That would be 15.
Okay.
10 plus wisdom is 12.
Okay. So you try to hear something, and all of you, with your perception, kind of hear in the distance, and you hear the dripping of water falling from the ceiling, but you don't hear any footsteps. You don't hear any shuffling of any kind. The only thing you hear is the noises that you make amongst yourselves. So, whatever happened a while back is not tailing you at this point.
I still say we go on.
I agree. Keep moving.
I mean, this is the Underdark. Lots of nasty shit.
That is true.
Like, I think we need to keep going.
All right. So, as you guys venture forward, you guys have a guide and you guys have a scout. So, I need Allie, which I'll let you roll for. Allie is going to be your guide. We all decided this before the game. So go ahead and roll. Let me know what you get.
6.
6.
Plus anything?
Yeah, it's going to be a plus 5, but
Okay.
so it's 11.
11.
Okay.
Silence yourself up.
And then I need Elderwin to roll. This is going to be a perception check.
Plus.
15. Okay. So, you guys spend 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and you finally come off to a 3-way split. A path going to the left, a path that goes straight and curves down, and then you have a path that goes to the right. Each of them looks equally the same. Same amount of moss, wet, drippy, humid. Nothing differential with
So,
them.
I kind of missed you said we're doing there's a 3-path thing?
Yes.
Okay. Just clarifying.
And within this time, you guys have rations, correct? You guys mark down 3 days of rations.
Gone.
Gone.
Oh, fuck.
Could I have good berry?
Do you want to good berry every day?
Yeah.
I will let you do that.
Yeah, I don't want to use rations.
It's a first level spell.
Okay, so
We're sustained.
with the help of your wonderful druid, she manages to conjure
You have a berry?
10 berries.
Have a berry?
Thank you.
And everybody gets a berry, and it sustains you with the amount of nutrition and everything you need, but you still have a little bit of hunger. It gives you that full feeling, but it's not satisfying.
You always drink some my juice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you want to puke the berry back up.
That kind of
But you guys eat the berry, you guys feel refreshed, you guys feel full, you guys get the nutrients that you need for the day. You wish that you had more substance in your stomach, but this is pretty much satisfying your basic needs.
Okay.
So at that point, you guys spend 3 days eating berries.
That works.
And you guys keep your rations, and you come across the split.
Gotcha.
At that point,
I got a suggestion.
Yes.
Let's go left. We should go that way.
I don't know.
We go that way.
It's gonna say
Can we go this way?
You
We gotta
always
go that way.
want
We
to
should
go
go that
left.
way. Just letting you guys know we should go that way. Definitely should go that way.
You always want to go
Can
left.
I make
Just right.
can I make a bargain with you?
Allie
Huh?
says actually the correct way might be going straight.
What if we send something left
Well,
and it can tell us what is over there?
Allie, why do you think it's the middle?
Honestly, I believe it's the middle since I believe when I was traveling down here at one point I went deeper down and then back up. So since going back from my previous time of traveling here and being escorted here, even though I was blindfolded, I do remember descending
Oh, so the middle path goes down.
and the middle path goes down.
I'm going to be in the corner arguing with this guy.
But
Dimitri,
we're trying to get out of the Underdark, not deeper into the Underdark.
Dimitri says, I don't know, everything seems pretty good to me. Just go straight, it sounds good, alley, or we can go left. It really doesn't matter to me.
I'm going to satiate the man on my right. I'm going to put my hand on the ground and mold with like a little bit of the dirt, a little form of what looks like a pony, and then I'm going to slap my hands together and I'm going to cast Fine Steed, and my lovely scimitar horned oryx is going to pop up. I'm going to
Everybody, this is Kane.
Oh gosh.
Shall we send him down the left? He can go up to a mile, and I can communicate with him telepathically.
Okay, I guess.
All right, I'm going to
I
slap
think we all should still go left, but I mean, if that's the only solution, I guess.
I'm gonna slap Kane on the butt and send him on the left path.
Okay, let me go ahead and look up that spell, Find Steed, because
It's a mile of telepathy.
it's a mile of
It's
telepathy.
a mile of telepathy. We can communicate telepathically for a mile. But he has hit points and everything. And it's above average intelligence for the animal. I've been researching this like crazy. So he's gonna be our scout, and then when he hits a mile,
That's mentioned.
like right at the end.
But that burns a two
Yeah, I will
second
burn
level
a second
spell.
level spell slot.
And what's the components needed for it? Just out of curiosity?
Yeah, it's just
Verbal and semantic.
I fluffed the
It's what?
verbal
and semantic. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll trust you guys.
So when he's a mile down, right when we can feel the connection breaking, I'm just gonna have him come back.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So your seed manages to go down, galloping and just galloping a little bit down, about what, 100 feet, or is it
I'm
100?
gonna send him as long as I can.
How what's the range on
A
your
mile.
a mile
A
of
mile.
telepathy? Okay, so
That's a while.
you don't hear anything for a while.
Okay.
It's about a horse, even though it's a little bit tighter in here, it travels down, and when it does, you hear. Okay, cool. We got the card. Steeds. Celestial faith. Games. Understands the ability. I don't see the telepathic.
I can see the player's hand.
Yeah.
No, it would be right here. Wait, oh, it says... While you're mounted on your steed, you can make any spell attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, actually, it does not say telepathic.
Oh,
It
okay.
would say here. But you can check in the player's handbook just in case. But it does say it gains the ability to understand one language of your choice that speaks. So what you can do is you can send it down. Might not be on the card. They are... Okay.
To 0 hit points, it disappears. They can get magnificent form. You can also dismiss your steed at any time as an action, causing it to disappear. In either case, casting the spell summons the same steed, restored to its hit point maximum. While your steed is within 1 mile of you, you communicate with the telepath.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Marcus. It does say you are correct. And you are correct as well. Thank you for correcting me. I haven't used that spell in a long time,
It's
so...
my first time using it too, so
Okay,
I'm really
so-
excited.
So,
I'm new to it as well.
the steed is going down. Now, is this a steed you were describing to me, or is this like a different kind
The one I'm
of...
describing to you.
Okay, so the one with the skull and everything.
With the skull looks all edgy.
Okay, so you see this like kind of like this elk, like with a skull on it and with big long horns that curve on the back end, and it's just traveling in this dark, kind of evil-looking thing. Travels down the pathway, and as it does, it keeps going and it keeps going in it. And about 10 minutes goes, it goes, well, I don't sense anything down here. I don't see nothing.
Oh my god. Okay.
Bullwinkle.
I was thinking
That's okay, my friend. Come on back. We have use for you in the center pathway.
Okay, boss. Just trollops on back, and it just keeps coming. And it's like, he's like, hey, boss.
I'm gonna hop on just
Okay.
and I'll be
Oh,
meditating.
you're heavy. Hold on. He adjusts himself and everything. He's like, you notice that when you sit down on him, you're actually getting extremely close to the ceiling.
Okay.
And it is very, very tight. So when you move, you're going to be clanking on stuff and you're going to be making noise a little bit. But you can travel on them if you'd like.
I won't, just because I want to keep a little bit of stealth.
Okay.
How tall are the ceilings?
The ceilings are roughly around they vary because they slope a little bit. Some are a little bit shorter, but some go from 10 to like 15 feet tall, and it fluctuates.
I'll stay off.
I'm gonna,
So if you
ceilings
want-
as well.
If you want, Lily could mount the maniacal evil horse and go from there.
I mean, you're more than welcome.
Mr. Ed Lord.
Mr. Ed.
Edge
Uh,
Bullwinkle.
So you guys are going which path?
Center, I thought.
Center?
I guess the center. but I
You
mean,
sent him to the left, correct?
Yeah, I sent him to
Okay.
the left to satiate this guy.
All right, so you guys go down and
I think we should
to
have
the left, and it kind of slopes down. And as it slopes down, it keeps going further and further. And as you do this, you come across different kinds of mushrooms and everything like that. I would need our hunters and our foragers to please roll their survival checks for me, please. Well, just Lily. You get advantage on this because you are assisted from Kiowa.
Oh, I didn't roll an advantage for that other one.
Oh, okay. Would you like to?
No, it's all good. That was my bad.
15?
15. All right. So,
I don't know if you catch that, but I'm crawling up on the ceilings.
okay. You're crawling on the ceilings? Okay, I need you to roll a climb check.
I should
So this is an athletics check for me to see how well you can do that.
It's gonna come down with like holding lost.
All right. That is not the book I wanted. That is the book I wanted.
Cats, mushrooms.
You have acrobatics.
No. Acrobatics is more of a balancing.
Oh, so what is he adding?
Climbing is athletics. You do have an athletic climbing speed, but you're going on a ceiling.
Oh, is it a class feature?
That's just for climbing
Maybe that's
up.
just climbing. I thought I could just crawl.
No.
You don't have spider walk or whatever.
Yeah,
that
well,
one
that's
is.
whatever. I'm 12.
12?
Yeah.
So you climb, you keep slipping, And when you do, it makes a little bit of noise, but you're managing to hang on. It's kind of taking a little bit of your speed away from doing that, but you're still doing it.
Making noise, kind of take us. I'll just hop down.
Okay, so you hop down and you kind of get yourself situated. Sorry, I'm really trying to find the different types of mushrooms on here, because there are different types of mushrooms. Oh, here we go.
Something like it.
Yeah, I guess it is just for some reason.
Are you talking about what your?
Because I'm a cat.
Yeah, but even a cat climbing upside down would make it really, really hard for the cat as well. It's not, and not only that, but it's not like you're climbing on a kind of
Vines or
climb as my friend says, climb speed just means that you climb faster, not better.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what you do is you find these different types of mushrooms. One is a water orb, so it kind of looks like it looks like a kind of like a almost like a moldy balloon.
Oh.
And but the thing is when you open it, it actually has water inside. So it's a good provider of water source. You can actually eat the skin itself, but it's not as tasty as you would like.
I find it delicious.
You also have
Looks like an eyeball.
so you get about 3 of those. You also get what is called a blue cap. About 2 blue caps that you find. This also gives you, each blue cap gives you about 1 pound of food, and it's usually a good source to make bread and stuff like that. Or it's actually kind of like a spongy bread kind of deal, so it's nice. You also get what is called 2 barrel stalks. Now these barrel stalks, when these things are pretty large, they're big. They're probably as big as you, Lily. And they look almost like a tree trunk. And when you grab one, it's actually full of water. So you find about 2 of them, and each of them have like 2 gallons of water in it. So you can write that down. I'm assuming that you're carrying some of it, and that's pretty much what you find with your roll. You find a good amount, so this is good that you can share around with your party and everything, and they can have some fresh water with the berries that you're producing from every day. And when you're doing that, and going down deeper into the Underdark, when you guys do, you guys travel. You guys travel some more. And when you do, it gets a little bit time. Now I need somebody to roll watch. So who do we have on watch duty? Alright, so we have both of you. So Lothos, is it Lothos or Jinx? Either of you can roll with advantage. So who wants? So Lothos is rolling, right?
What are we rolling?
You're rolling a perception check. So when you guys are going to sleep and keeping watch, but you guys are not. You're not sleeping.
I only have 12 for +2 for perception. So if I do advantage, probably better since you have already have +4. So
Yeah, it's +4.
Okay. So do you want Jinx to roll it?
I don't care.
Okay. Go ahead, Jinx.
You still need me to roll too?
No, just him.
And a natural 20.
Oh.
You managed to see something. So when you're taking a watch and everybody's sleeping, you see something in the dark. And Lothos is right next to you, keeping watch, and you point it out to him, and he's keeping watch with you. And when he does, you see kind of this gangly creature in the darkness. And when you look deeper, since both of you guys can see in the darkness, you, Lothos, can see this perfectly. It looks. You see this kind of hunched over creaturous being. It looks so wet because you can see kind of it shimmering off the kind of glowing moss in the darkness. And it looks at you, and you see this one big eye that turns to you, and then when you spot it and you notice it, it notices that you notice it, so it just started scurrying away with the pitter-patting of feet. So, with the pitter-patter of the feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it meant like human food.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's exactly what it was. So, at that point, it's gone. The night comes, or your 8 hours shift, and it's still dark, but ergo, that's why it's called the Underdark. So, You guys
we all
managed to.
rested? We all.
You guys are all rested and everything, of
myself
course.
down.
I mean, yeah, you guys have been all rested. It's actually been about a week traveling down. You guys have been surviving, foraging on the food that you've gotten that Lily and Kiowa has been providing. You guys have also been chomping on the berries when you can. And then when doing so, you guys come across this... You guys come across this vast, well, for those of you, you don't have a torch or anything, right? And is your steed still with you at
Yeah,
this time?
the steed's hanging out.
Really
How long does it last? Does it last?
Until it dismisses. Yeah.
Oh, until okay.
Yeah,
So
that's why I'm hyped that I.
so
So
you got. What are you naming him? What are you gonna
Kane.
name? Kane.
Kane with a K.
Kane goes and he's like, "Oh man, it's getting a little damper down here."
Is he
And
Fae or
He's fiend.
He's fiend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He's brutal and edgy on the outside, but only I can hear his telepathy is Bullwinkle.
So, and as you guys go, the first one that spots this dark, open abyss is you, Lothos, because of your vision. Your vision is far superior than everybody else's at this point. And when you do... also, what has been very strange with you guys since you've been traveling with Lothos is you notice that he has not slept a wink since that first night that you guys slept in the Underdark together.
I noticed because I tried to curl up next to him and he just walked away.
Yeah, exactly. And even you, Jinx, taking watch with him, you notice that you take a little bit of watch and then you go to sleep, but then he's taking the rest. And he's not sleeping a wink. He's just reading his books or checking out his monocle. So he's trying to keep himself productive at night without no sleep at all, which is very unusual for a Dragonborn. Also, you notice he's starting to see in the dark, and it's kind of weird because Cal can't see in the dark, but Lothos can. So it's a little strange. But Lothos, what you spot in the darkness a little bit, you see a shimmer come across in the distance, and when you get closer and closer, you find this lake. This big, dark lake. And and at that point, you look and you kind of question yourself, and you don't even think this might be the right way to go. But you notice, you also notice when you smell, and all of you smell this, you smell smoke. Like burning smoke in the distance. Almost like burnt fish. And, well, of course, Elderwind is really digging the smell. But you guys kind of find it, and you smell like burnt rubber mixed in with it, with burnt like wood and other stuff like that. And you can't really see anything at this point, but you see this big open lake.
Is there two questions?
Yes.
Can I tell if it ends?
Where you are, you cannot tell it ends. You see the lake, and you see where the lake begins. Kind of like the shoreline and everything, but you don't see beyond that. But you do see a path on the right-hand side. And it's this narrow, very narrow path, but it's there nonetheless.
Question 2.
Yes.
Can I sense anything moving in the water?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
No, fuck. 8.
8. You see nothing. You really don't see much. You see little hints of shadows here and there, but you don't think it's, it really doesn't look like anything. It could be the light playing tricks, and it doesn't really look like anything, honestly. It just looks like a vast lake.
Can I roll? What were you gonna say?
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell everybody that there's a big-ass lake in front of us.
You don't have to go in it, do we?
There's a path, very small, narrow path that goes around it. Now, want you to send your horse into the water.
I was thinking the same thing.
Kane!
Kane!
I can
You're-
use shape and...
No, we
No,
can't
no, no.
risk
You're-
you.
you're
Kane's immortal.
Bossy.
Okay.
I was just asking.
That's
I
okay.
wasn't asking. So I want you to send your steed into the water. That's very bossy.
He's cranky without his eyeballs.
Well, that way we don't risk any of the team members.
I was gonna suggest a fishing line, but if it's something big and nasty,
I'm gonna send Kane not super far into the water, but I'm gonna send him until like it's probably up to, you know, above the knee, and I'm gonna have him splash around
at
a
belly
little bit.
level.
So you tell him this, and you're speaking to him in a normal, common tongue and everything, and in your mind he goes, "Okay, boss," and he just like, "Yeah, I can't wait for you to do your fine steed. It's gonna be fun." And then he just goes and travels down, and he starts swimming kind of in the lake a little bit. He's keeping his head above the water and everything.
Trying to keep him. If
And
something
he,
does go
and
wrong,
he goes
I want
and
him as close as possible.
you telepathically hear, "I don't think there's anything in here, boss. But I do see something in the distance. It's kind of like a town or something. It's on it's a little bit smoky and burny though.
Oh.
No, yeah, not really cool, boss. I don't
All
like
right,
it.
get back over here.
Okay.
Can I roll a survival check to see if I can place? You said it smelled like burnt fish, right?
It smelled like burnt fish. If you're gonna do this, I would suggest rolling kind of a history check.
Okay.
And seeing what history you know of the Underdark about
okay.
this kind of.
Oh, straight 8.
Straight. Unfortunately, it doesn't really click to you. You know, in the Underdark there's tons of cities, but it really just doesn't click.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good point. Does your steed have dark vision?
I believe that.
Does that creature have dark vision? Can it see in the dark?
In real life, yes.
Let me see.
Oh, in real life it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know what
But
kind
it's
of
not in the
creature-
book, right?
It's
The
not in
steed
book.
is not in the
Yeah,
book.
the steed is not in the book.
But the animal itself in real time
Would be
actually
able
can
to,
see in the
yes.
dark.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, as DM, I will let you have dark vision.
Cool.
Doesn't have like crazy dark vision.
No,
but it
it's
has,
just normal.
Yeah,
animal.
so it has normal
See,
animal
yeah.
dark vision. So I will let that.
Not like 100 feet, but like probably
Yeah.
normal in the realms of the game.
But
dark
it,
vision, like black
but
and white.
with this big open thing, it actually manages to see what it is.
Perfect.
And it swims back to you and shivers and it goes. And
Just got
you just
butter
see
all over
this.
me.
And
The dog is
yeah, the dog.
Underdogs.
Sorry about that, guys. You'll be hearing the dog on the microphone.
I don't like neither. Dogs and I don't get along.
So at that point, what do you guys want to do? Your horse comes back and tells you everything, what he saw, and Lotho's what?
I'm gonna do something to help out the whole party.
Okay.
So since I'm kind of like in the front because I can see it, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to.
Well, you can't see what the horse saw, but
No,
you
no.
saw what. Yeah.
No, no, of course. But just so that they can kind of see what I'm seeing,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to shoot a firebolt across the lake.
Oh.
Okay, and the firebolt is what,
It's a
120?
cantrip.
It's a cantrip, but 120. Okay.
Yeah, so it can go 100, but it'll illuminate.
So you fire a cantrip.
It's a building.
You fire this firebolt,
Face bombs.
and it just goes and goes, and then right when it gets to, you notice that this lake is bigger than you thought. And when you go, it kind of glimmers off the lake itself. But it just keeps going, and then it just fizzles out. Seems like this lake goes a little farther than you thought it.
Gotcha. Alright.
Because the horse actually swam further because it was keeping its head above water. So, but nothing happened to the horse.
So.
Or I can't. What do we?
It's an antelope.
It's an antelope,
It's
but
an
it's
antelope.
Scimitar
okay.
oryx.
And a horrible demonic antelope.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is anybody else going to do?
Is the path leading towards where the smoke and what I'm assuming is a village on fire is going to, or is that the opposite direction?
It looks like it's heading towards the same direction.
I want to go on that path.
I second that. Second it. Heard that.
We
Okay.
wanted to
We
check
should
if
be
it was
quiet
actually
as
water.
well.
You want to check if it's
If
actually
there's
water?
smoke, there's fire.
So you manage to. How are you checking?
Touching it.
Taste it.
So you scoop up some of the water, give it a little cat lick, and it is water nonetheless. Little. Actually, for you, this might be nice, but it tastes like fish has been swimming in it all day. And you just down the water. You're super happy. It's water, but it's a little fishy.
I'm concerned. I stick a finger in.
You stick a finger in. It's nice and cold, but when you drink it, it has that fishy swim in taste. You know, like you know that fish pee in this water.
Make fresh water, right? Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my water skin and I'm gonna fill it up.
All right, so you fill up your water skin with this, and
Perrier.
you have a water skin full of water.
Foreskin. Foreskin.
Gosh,
Wow.
you went with the foreskin. All right, okay.
Freudian slip of the finest manner. Let's go down the path as I'm like, this dude just like filling up this water.
Foreskin!
I'm walking
We've been down here too long.
I'm gonna pass around some like the mushrooms so they can
So
just
this
take
place
sips off of
sucks.
it.
I'm gonna
So-
start walking down the path.
So you start walking down the path, and everybody else, I'm assuming, is following. At this point, you guys go closer and closer, and in there, as you get closer, it's about a good mile,
Oh wow.
about a good couple miles actually to go around. And as you do, you notice that this is a bit of open space, so you're more than welcome to like sit on your steed and kind of ride it. And when you do, you come across this kind of town. But when you see this town, it's poorly made and poorly designed housing and everything, and it's very primitive. But when you do see it, it's pretty much, some of it's up in flames, some of it's crushed and smoking, and so far when you look at it, you don't see any signs of life. You see.
Can I roll survival on the wreckage? Can I or like feel? Are there like charred, like buildings falling down? Are we talking like?
There's buildings that are on fire, and there's
Currently on
also
fire.
buildings that are crushed to the floor, and there's also signs of great distress. And what do you want to know?
I want to see if I can see when these buildings came down and how
Okay.
they came down. Was it an earthquake? Was it fire?
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Structural integrity issue?
We'll do a survival check. Sure, survival would work.
Ooh, 19.
19. So you and the rest of your party kind of follows up with you, so they see what you're doing. You examine it, and you look kind of further in a little bit, and you see, and you're like, this looks like something came through and demolished it.
A thing? A single thing?
You don't know what it is. You don't know if it's
Is
a
there
thing.
any,
You don't know. Could be weapons of some sort. Could be anything. But it wasn't a natural cause. It wasn't like an earthquake. You don't, because the way the houses are structured and everything, you can tell that if it was an earthquake, it wouldn't really do much to these houses. But even if it was an earthquake, why are the houses on fire?
Okay.
Why are some of them collapsing and stuff?
Is there any buildings at all that are still somewhat intact?
There are some. There are very few, but there are some
I'm gonna go
nonetheless.
and the first closest one we go to, I'm gonna stealth into.
Are we in the
Okay.
city yet?
What?
Are we in the city yet?
You're basically on the edge of the
outside.
city, and he's observing some of the houses that are on the
Yeah.
outside of it.
I don't see any arrows or claw marks or anything on any of the. I can roll again if you want.
If you're trying to find that, that's going to be an investigation
Okay.
check. Does anybody else want to roll an investigation check to kind of see anything?
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna
does
do
anybody
it.
else want to
'Cause
do
I have
anything?
advantage
I
on
wanna-
investigation.
Go ahead and roll stealth for.
My monocle gives me advantage on investigation.
Okay. Do you want?
No, I don't.
Would you like? Would you like?
Plus I have a
Would
plus
you like
six.
Lithos to roll?
I'll have
the-
him roll with the. Well, I'll roll, but he also gets
I have
an
a
advantage
plus six.
already.
Okay, so go ahead and you
So
both
we'll
roll
both
for
roll, yeah.
investigation. Anybody else want to do
I
anything,
want
or
to try to find like a small creature. Be just like
okay,
like.
sure. So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll an
24.
investigation or a perception check to see if you can find a small monster or a
26.
small creature. What?
26.
20. Okay, goddamn. You blend in with the shadows and you're
Predator stealth
and
becomes
just like
invisible. Yeah.
you're with your cat-like ability. You just stealthily away. And what did you get?
24.
24. Okay, and then you?
I got an 8.
Okay, so you look and you spot and you kind of go in a little bit deeper into the city, and when you look inside, you look down, you actually manage to see a footprint. And it is not just a footprint from a large creature. It's not even something from a huge creature. It's from something bigger. And this thing is, and it left this huge steps, and the steps between it is about 20 feet.
Holy
These things,
crap.
whatever, and you can say whatever monstrosity came through here ran through this town.
If
And
can I try to see through my scholarly learnings if I know what this thing is?
I will let you roll that.
I was going to say that.
It'll be difficult, but I will let you roll it. And then you.
What kind of check are we doing?
What I can go into first.
This would be a history check, or history or arcana. I will let you do either or.
Yeah, thank you.
And then let me do hers first, and then we'll get to you. So, what did you get for your perception?
16.
16. You look around and you manage to find. You managed to find a little rat. I will say that you managed to find like a little underdark kind of like rat. It looks very mangled and looks horrible looking and everything. Okay, so what do you want to do with this rat?
I wanted to try to just kind of ask it. Like,
Because you have your critter, because
Yeah.
you can talk to small critters
Yes.
and stuff like that. Okay, so
just be like, what came through?
Yeah.
Monster, monster, monster,
What
monster.
what it looked like?
Big, big, scary monster.
Teeth?
Teeth, teeth, teeth.
Scales?
No scare, no scare.
Fur?
Fur, fur.
What
and then
24.
24. I will get back
No,
with you.
25.
I will get back with you in a second.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you relay this information to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this little fella here says that it's big, teeth and fur, no scales. Is the rat still there?
It
Or
ran
is it-
off. It's paranoid.
Oh man,
So you stealth into one of the houses, and you see two creatures huddled up together. One's smaller than the other, and they're kind of just holding each other, and they're just. You don't really. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
at least they don't know you're there, so you're not scaring them.
Oh!
Don't even bother
They
rolling
know.
once.
You rolled a 1? Okay, you see them. You can't really make out who they are. It's kind of like a dark silhouette. Even though you have dark vision, it's just the way that they are. You can't tell what type of people or humanoids they are. They're just kind of huddled up there. It looks like
they don't know I'm there. So.
they don't. They don't sense that you're there or not and everything. All right. So,
Big boy.
so with your arcana knowledge and your research and everything, and with also your warlock pact, you actually understand exactly what happened here. You know that at one point in time there was the calamity of basically the rage of demons of the demon lords that currently reside in the Underdark, and they are being unleashed from the abyss, and they are being summoned. And when doing this, you look at the footprint and you look at the town and everything, and you can tell that this was one of the demon lords that did this.
Oh.
And the demon lord that you know, you don't associate with him personally, but you know who it is the Demigorgon.
So I can just freely relay this information.
You can.
So guys,
What he said.
Blah, 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 blah.
Is still with us?
Bob?
God, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, Bob is still
yeah!
Bob is still with you. That's right, Bob,
I totally
the
forgot
old
about
man
Bob.
that was from there, is still with you. That is correct. He is actually, by the way, after journeying.
She has
I do,
enough berries
I
to
do.
be feeding.
That's
this
right.
reindeer.
You've been feeding him berries and a little bit of rations that you've been foraging. And
I've been letting him ride
Bob-
on for you.
I've been
I've
riding-
he's been
it's
riding
just-
on
Okay,
him.
okay, and you know what? Bob is looking a lot healthier. He is looking not like a wrinkled old man mess. He's looking good. He's like, I feel good, but I'm a little nervous being down here.
The power of the berry.
I'm gonna come out,
Okay,
let the guys know what I
Okay.
saw. I'm gonna talk to Lily and see if she wants to go in there and talk to them.
okay. So
Learned not to send everybody
So-
else to go and look at that captain.
After that, I'm gonna tell him what I know. 'Cause he
okay,
was
so
inside the
he told you about the Demigorgon and who basically demolished this city and everything. At that point, Lily, Elderwind, described to you what is in the house. What would you like to do?
How tall are they?
Couldn't really make out. They were kind of shivering in the corner. They look scared though.
Last time this happened, Bob, it didn't turn out too hot, did it?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go in there and just kind of won't present myself, but I'll say something and let them know that we're not a threat. And then maybe go in there and.
What if they only speak undercommon?
What if they
Well, then
attack you out of fear?
Allie basically goes, if you want, I speak Undercommon. I can go with you.
Okay.
Of course, she's probably less threatening.
Yeah.
So the two little girls go in and
Girl Scout cookies.
I'm just I'm back behind them, just to make sure.
okay, so you're scouting. You're staying behind, all stealthy and kind of keeping you out of sight. So you go in and you get closer and you investigate them, and they notice that you're there. And when they turn around, you actually manage to see these. You see a smaller creature, kind of like bluish scales, and it has a large fish eyes and everything. A little smaller, and then you see a bigger one, and they look. Whoa! You see. Oops, I got it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was.
Yeah.
You see them.
Warlocks, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And
no wonder why it
that's it.
smells like fish in here.
At that point, you see.
Oh, it smells like burning fish.
I was just drinking.
So you go up and they're just scared and they go. Whoa!
Well, Blum. It's okay.
They just all freak out and they go. And then Allie understands what they're saying and
Oh.
she goes. It seems like they just want us to go away.
Yeah, well.
Quick, Lily, turn into a fish.
No. I don't.
It's like, hey, turn into a fish. Magikarp, carp. That worked out great.
I don't even think I can turn into a fish.
No, you can't have swim speed yet.
I do. I don't have fly speed.
Oh,
Okay.
That's another spot.
Okay, I could have actually. Anyway, because you said we're freaking steers.
You're right.
Well, okay, bye. I just
Right.
go.
All right. So
After
Allie
the
goes
rest of that.
with and
Well, I'm gonna go find the next building that's okay for me to go into.
yeah.
Oh my god.
What's up?
Can I grab Jinx and be
Mhm.
like, hey, let's kind of follow the prince for a little bit? And
Okay.
I want to use using him to kind of guide me because I can't see shit.
Okay. So you're guiding him. There's a little bit of light due to some of the fires
Not
here.
too far away
and-
from the rest of the group. Just
Okay.
Well, you don't have dark vision, do you?
He does.
I do.
Oh.
So they're going together. Okay, so you managed. You actually go and venture off a little bit, and not too far. How far do you want to be away from the city? Because the tracks actually lead from the center of the city, so far that you've seen, to outside, leading
Maybe
to.
just to the rim of the city.
Just about that.
Just
To the
kind
rim
of
of the
being
city?
slow and careful and not like walking really fast.
Okay, so
I didn't do that.
when you guys go, you guys manage to follow the tracks, and you see this track. These tracks, big, huge tracks, lead to this huge cavern that looked like it got dug out and destroyed. All the stalactites and stalagmites that were there that were blocking this thing are completely ripped off and just shredded. You see you see actually a good amount of drops of blood on the floor and everything.
So can we kind of guess that they were just passing through the village and they made...
Whatever it was
cavern?
whatever this demigorgon is to you guys that you guys are trying to picture, it rampaged through the city, went through, destroyed everything, and then kept trucking and went on. And
With his big roll, could he see? Was it an attack, or was the city just in the way?
I wouldn't know. I don't think.
What?
Or I guess with
I'll
him
let you
telling
go
me, like,
history
with
check?
your arcana knowledge and everything. When a demon lord is summoned,
Well,
you know that it's not a good thing, and demons just don't walk past past people unscathed. They literally,
right.
they're demons.
They're gonna kill everything in our path.
So can I use my divine sense to see if he's like near us?
If you want, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'd like to do that.
And that's 30 feet, right?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's not
you
Like at the mouth of the
so you
cave
mark down a
entrance.
divine sense.
Okay.
So you use your divine sense, and it just goes off. Nothing. So whatever it is, it's farther away from you.
Alright. So I guess I would say let's head back to the group and
Okay. So you and Jinx head back to the group,
just want to make sure he's not.
and at that
hanging
time,
around anything else.
So, can we? I don't know how to ask this.
whatever you want.
Like, ascertain, or at least me ascertain how long it's been since he's been there.
That would be a good survival check as well. Since
could
he
do
didn't
that.
roll so well on it, you can do the survival check to see how long it has been since this demon went past. No?
8.
8. Yeah, you can't really tell. It could have been a week ago, or it could have been a couple hours ago. You really can't tell.
They're still cowering in fear. That means that they haven't.
You can assume,
It
since
was
of what you
recently.
found out from Elderwind, that there are still survivors that are here that are kind of cowering. So, and judging by what you've heard from good old Lily, that these attacks has probably been recent, not too recent, but pretty recent.
So, did he see anything at the cave?
I guess we would.
So when you guys come back, you see both Kaoa and Jinx. They come back and they have news to tell you guys.
Well, we followed the tracks to a cave, and I tried to sense if it was around, and we didn't sense anything. So
I think we should
we're
follow
probably
it.
gone
Yeah.
on.
Hands up for following Demigorgon.
Not a chance.
I'm not there.
Both Ali and Dimitri do not raise their hand.
But it's just gonna keep rampaging. Well, is there another way out besides that cave?
That is, Ali goes. Ali tells you guys. I think I made a mistake. I don't remember being by a lake. And
So we went the
Told you we
entirely
should.
wrong way.
and it's pretty cold. It's also pretty cold down here too, and I don't remember being this cold.
But, guys, okay, just because if the demon went that way, there could be a way out. We don't have to fight it. We could just follow it.
I'm also not in the mood to get pancaked by a gigantic demon lord.
What, you don't have faith in your axe anymore? Big guy?
I have plenty of faith in it. But you see the size of the footprints?
There's
He's
8
gonna
of
turn
us.
you into a booger smear.
There's 8 of us.
It's smaller than his foot.
And if there were 20 of us, he'd still kill us all.
Bunch of pussies.
9, technically.
Hey, Kane!
So,
Go investigate!
Alrighty, boss.
Oh my god. Mile down the road.
Full mile
He's
down.
just trotting down the road, and Good old Bob's on his back.
Oh, I left
Bye, Bob.
half a mile. Half a mile.
No.
You said it.
Okay, mile. Go for
You
it.
left Bob on there.
Okay. Wait for me.
So,
Oh,
any
these-
other places I go into? I can.
You go into a couple places. They're actually abandoned. Some of the roof is kind of caved off a little bit,
In there, I
but
can, like, maybe scavenge.
sure. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Poor Bob.
Kane and Bob see anything of note?
Let me get with him first, and then I'll go back to Kane and Bob. Oh
yeah.
gosh,
17.
that'd be funny if we have fan art like that. That'd be awesome.
17.
17. So you do manage to find a couple things. Nothing too great. You find some raggedy clothes, and you do find, sadly, you do find a couple body parts of one of these fish people, an arm and a leg, but nothing like a whole body or something like that. And at that point, you do find kind of like a little sea chest, and when you open it up, you see a bag. You see a little bit of fruit, or not fruit. It's more like no, it is fruit. It's it's kind of like sea fruit. It's a little bit. It's something different because when you smell it, it smells very sweet. Well, when you taste it and you lick it, because knowing you, you would lick it. You lick it, and it's actually very. It's salty, but it's sweet. So it's an interesting taste. It's very unique.
I'll keep it.
So you put it in your pouch. So now you can mark down salty fruit. Yeah. On your sheet, and then at that point you also find a little. You find a little crudely made leather bag, and when you open it up, there's actually a bit of coin in there. There's about 2 silver and close to around 30 copper pieces. Other than that, you really don't find anything.
Silver?
Yeah, 2 silver and 30 copper. You don't find anything else useful, but you managed to find something. Going back to good old Kane and Bob, Kane goes in for, you said a mile, right, first? Okay, so he goes in and he's like, oh man, it's really gory over here. It's super scary. He just keeps trucking, and as he does, he says, well, I guess I found out where they summoned the guy. Look at it. He's like, oh, wait, you can't look. But I do see kind of like a ritual area over here. It's kind of creepy looking, too. It has about a big old manta ray and a little squid on top. They dead, though, but it's all good. Oh, my gosh.
But it's all good.
He's all good though. I don't think there's any. Oh look, there's some people down there. Hi, Bill. Oh, they can't hear me.
I'm gonna tell him to come back as fast as possible.
Oh, okay, boss. Just comes on back.
I'm gonna relay that message. That was it the full mile down?
It was pretty much the full.
Okay,
mile.
so I'm gonna let him know. Everybody, about a mile that way is where the ritual took place.
I'm going.
You notice that he also told you it was kind of by the shoreline as well.
Oh, so it
from the
follows
Dark Lake, yeah.
Okay, so if we go, we can see what happened. Maybe the people responsible.
I'm going.
I want to go.
I'm already going. I'm
'Cause
walking.
we have to stop them. There are some people there. They might. We've proven ourselves. We know something awful on the surface has happened. What if we can kill the root of it right here?
I'm already walking.
Sure.
You're insane.
Exactly. Let's go.
Well, things
All
will
right.
be kind of grumbling.
Well, at this
but
point,
we're following the
at
little
this
guy.
point, you see good old Kane come back with Bob on top, and Bob's like
And he passes me.
just passes you, and
Hello.
he's like, where do we go now, boss?
I'm going to I'm gonna like little baby Bob off of the back, and I'm gonna kind of push him over towards Allie, and I'm gonna hop on Kane, and I'm gonna follow my dragonborn friend.
Okay. So you go ahead, right? And so are you. Is anybody else following? Jinx.
He's like, I'm gonna just
All right.
I want to
Kale
go
is
just
going.
to try to figure out why, like,
I'll
about
be
more about the
grumbling the
ritual.
entire way
You'll be what?
about how stupid everyone is.
Okay, so
Just grumbling.
what about you, Jinx? Are you going? Dimitri will kind of stay back with Allie and Bob. He'll say, "I'll keep an eye out here, and I'll give you a shout out if something happens."
Okay.
I want to try to figure out the symbol. Just try to see like more about the ritual versus them trying to be murdered.
Okay.
I'm doing research.
So, as you guys go, it's a good like 10 minutes pass as you guys travel through, and you see more of the city. It is destroyed, and you see dead bodies of these fish people everywhere. All these fish people, just crushed heads and crushed eyes, and just like arms and decapitated, and just bodies split in half. It's a horrific scene.
Any
And
movement anywhere out of the
no
bodies?
movement that you can see, and then when you keep going down, you go down to the shores and you see these a couple groups of these fish people, and they have blood on them and everything, but they're holding these some are holding staffs, and the other ones are holding like kind of these kind of pincer looking it almost looks like those cherry picker claws. That's basically the best way to describe it. And then some have like and they're just all like going and they're just kind of chanting and just like just talking to each other and everything. And when you do get close, you hear them arguing because you speak undercommon. You hear them arguing to each other, trying to figure out how way to talk like them, because they basically tell you, or they don't tell you, but they talk to each other, and you overhear them. You hear, "That was a bad idea. We shouldn't have done that. Who said summoning Demogon was..." I think that's how they say it, but I know, right?
Sounds terrible.
I know. We shouldn't have done that. Now everything's destroyed. Try to give us boons, but no boons. So it was just like they were just arguing, and they're just kind of pissed off.
I just realized the group saying sounds like they did it to themselves. Sounds like one group summoned them organ.
Can I try to see the symbol that Steve saw?
It's not really a symbol.
Okay.
It's a large altar, and on top of the altar, it's like a wooden made altar, and on top of it lays a dead manta ray. And on top of the manta ray is a large squid that is just kind of tied up, and it has tentacles just spread out over the manta ray. Yes.
Would I be able to tell that they knew what they were doing when they tried to summon this thing?
They knew what they were doing, but because they managed to summon it, but you knew they didn't know what they were getting themselves into.
Didn't really know what they're doing.
I'm gonna walk up to my dragon boy.
Kind of like you.
I'm gonna elbow him and I'm gonna be like,
You want to summon another one?
Well, I don't know if that's such a good idea, boss. Oh,
I'm gonna feed him
okay.
a little bit
You
like a
want
mushroom.
me to summon a demon?
Like kaiju v kaiju.
No, it's.
I don't think that's how it works, boss.
Well,
I read this in the book one time.
He's the only voice who reads it for you.
I could. The thing is
like your steeds your conscience.
I could probably do it. Alright? It would be a very high roll and all that crap. I already know that. But I could probably do it.
Could we let them fight?
We wouldn't have control over them.
Oh.
So whether or not they fight each other is not up to us.
Dang it.
So I could do it.
No, never mind. I
You
want
want to see some
cool
flashy
bloodshed.
fireworks and like, you know, a hole open in the ground and
Those two against us now.
the demon shows up. I do have a scroll of
That'd be
demons
like-
up
Yeah.
there.
You notice that in order to actually go ahead and roll an Arcana check. See if you know if you can do it or not.
This one. 19.
You think you could do it, but here's the downside. Everybody's gonna have to die
Oh, it's
for
like,
you to bring this demon.
Yeah, I'm not dying for
It
that.
requires that much blood.
Requires a lot of blood.
You get my
How,
blood.
what about all the blood from the fish people?
That's already been
already
sacrificed.
used and
No, the fish people that are there.
not enough. Because we've
You don't
seen
know.
this whole village.
At that part, you don't know. To summon something this crazy, it would have to require you to have certain components, a vast amount of knowledge in it, and it would take a lot of blood and a lot of sacrifice.
Is there a book?
You would have to go down there and see if there is a book.
I'm gonna walk down there.
Oh,
Wait, no, wait, we should.
no.
Oh, here we go again, boss. Okay, so you see, you
From
see him
what
go
he
down.
says, I don't think they're gonna attack us.
Whole person.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, if you're really that
Oh
interested...
my, dude, don't! I'm
Okay,
telling you.
hold on. If you're really that interested, let me just sneak down there. I'm in stealth still. They won't even know I'm there.
As you're walking, you hear this from behind you.
And then I kind of take a stop, and I'm like, all right, this is what I want you to check for. Go down there. If there's a spell book, grab it. If there's anything arcane that you would think is even slightly magical, grab it. Don't disturb the fish people.
Okay. What if that magical stuff, if I touch it, it's gonna like
It won't
magically explode my arm or something like that?
Well, we'll figure that out.
Oh yeah, you'll figure that out because you're the one that'll still have both your limbs.
Just please grab it.
Okay, fine. I'll go check it out.
All right, roll a stealth check.
You're
Yeah,
in
stealth.
stealth, but
It's
you
a
gotta.
different action.
Yeah.
though.
You gotta do
You have
it.
two
It's
stealth
another
now.
stealth
Alright,
check.
that's cool.
Oh my god, 11.
Plus.
That's 11.
Oh,
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, that's where we're gonna fail that.
Critical
So
timing.
that doesn't work.
So you go down.
Oh god.
Everybody
Do I
ready?
notice
And-
that he is just making a ruckus on his way
No,
down?
you think that he's actually being stealthy.
He
When
thinks he's being
He's
stealthy.
humming
no,
his
he
own
does.
song.
He does think he's being stealthy, and when you see him, he looks like he's being naturally stealthy. So when you see it, he looks pretty stealthy.
But we're seeing.
But then when he gets close enough, he just like tumbles over a couple rocks, and all of a sudden it makes a noise, and the fish people go, "Roar!" And you see something.
Hi.
You see something completely different in these people's fish eyes compared to the family's fish eyes. You see their pupils are dilated like no tomorrow. And it's weird because everybody is in the dark together. But these people are by the torches and by the fire and everything, but their pupils are like dilated, and they look at you. And they just go, when they just, at that point, they're coming at you. Roll an ish.
Oh!
Shit.
Told you I should just ran down there and grabbed it.
Like a natural one.
Oh, well, re-roll that one.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do.
Do it!
I'm hyped.
All right.
Get the fuck out of there, it's not good.
I got it.
Count. 14.
Wait, let him
Yeah.
get ready.
Yeah, I got to get ready, guys. I got to get the miniatures and everything.
If we're gonna do that,
Yeah, 'cause-
Yeah, can we do a small...
Combat break. Pre-combat break.
Yeah. Actually, it is around 3:40. So, if we do go on break, this is our one break. So, do you guys want to take a break?
I really need to pee.
Don't take the one
Take
break
a
here.
pee while
Okay.
he's setting up.
So, guys, we are actually going to take a break right now so that Matt can go pee and I can set up the board. So when we come back, you guys will set up the board and Matt will be flushed out. So, thank you guys for joining us. I do
Please don't go
admit
back.
that if
Please
you
come back.
are watching the YouTube video, that the YouTube video has a little bit cut off on the beginning because I didn't hit the record button on the intro.
Oops.
But I'm glad that you guys are here, and I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys watched the latest episode 5, you'll know what happened in the beginning. All we really did is basically start off where we last left off, and that's pretty much it. We didn't really lose a lot of time. But I want to thank you guys. We'll be right back, and we'll see you soon.
I'll be right back.
Kill the
We'll be
kid.
right back.
All right.
Okay, we're coming back.
Oh wait.
In 3, 2, 1.
Yay!
Oh, wait, hold on.
Wrong one.
That was the wrong one. Oh, yeah, we're back.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Booyah.
Booyah. Alright.
Booyah.
Weird, I put a chip in my mouth right when I was starting to talk.
Ready,
Sorry,
stop,
guys.
everybody stop your mouth!
Oh, did you already do fishing yet?
Huh?
You already roll fishing yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Alright, so, welcome back, guys. I am sorry for all these YouTubers that are watching the YouTube video for this that missed out on the first, 20 minutes of the episode. All we did was we introduced our characters. We'll do it again real quick. So we have...
I'm Matt. I play Lothos Warlock.
I'm Yoshio, I play Jinx the Barbarian.
I'm Dave. I play KO Goliath.
I'm Tatiana, I play Lily the Druid.
Elderwind, Kitty Cat.
Druid, Rogue. I'm a Stefan. I play Dragonborn Call, the Paladin.
Alright, and I am Chris, Crazy Lightbulb, your Dungeon
I love
Master.
this dude.
Alright, real quick, I gotta turn off the fan because I know it's gonna be loud.
Yeah, you getting mic spikes?
In Barbarian and Fighter, I don't.
I'm actually, like side balls.
You getting mic spikes? Too?
What?
You getting mic spikes?
Yeah, quite a bit. I mean, but it's not bad.
Okay.
Everybody's hearing us, so. But, yeah. So, we are back, and we rolled initiative already, so that we can save time. So, this is what we see right here. You have the Kuatilla, all right back there. Elderwind is right over there. And then we have... nice. And then we have the rest of the party all back here. So hopefully you guys will see. At that point, the Kuatoa are just angry and they spot you and they are batshit crazy. Lothos, you are up. You are...
Where am I?
You are actually right here.
That's me.
That is you.
So each square is what?
5 feet.
I'm gonna take my full movement.
Okay. So where do you want to go?
Is that just dirt?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, yeah, just right straight ahead.
And what's the patches?
Texture.
Okay. That's your 30 feet of movement.
Am I in range of anything? Yeah, I am, right?
Yeah, you are.
I mean, you can use your Eldritch Blast for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna target the nearest guy and shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts. Just like one right at the other.
2 Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah.
The one close.
All right. So
So I gotta roll to hit.
we'll go with this one. So that
Which
one.
one? Which
That one, you see, it has a staff in its arms, and or a scepter, actually, and it's holding a scepter, and it's looking at you, and it's going. Blah, 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 blah.
What do you say?
Copyrighted.
No, that's my own interpretation of that voice. So that's what he looks like.
Yeah, he needs to die.
If I can try to get it right. Ooh, there we go.
He's a douchebag.
Pretty much. So, your attacks are?
21 and 23.
Dang, those are both hits. Alright.
So, I can't remember what it is.
10 plus 2 is your first one.
So, so we have 7 on the first one and 10 on the second one.
Ooh!
Nice. So, you just howl out these Eldritch Blasts, and this green force just pops out of your hand. Pa, pa, pa. It just hits him. And it just, you see kind of like its shoulder punch back a little bit, and then its shoulder punches back again, almost like it's about to get dislocated. But it comes back. It's feeling good.
Feeling good.
It's still okay. It's not, doesn't look like it's too hurt. Alright. At that point, it is now Jinx. Jinx.
Alright.
You are right here.
Okay. I'm gonna get
close as I can to the path. How many?
You can go a double move,
Double move.
but your move is now 40
40.
apiece. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you double move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's your action and your movement.
As a bonus action, I'd like to use my rage. So,
All right, you just you get in an anger and your rage comes out. At that point, that is your turn, and it is now Elderwin. You see after you were spotted, you see a good old fashioned everybody run forward, and you see a couple of Eldritch blasts that come from behind or from the right side of you, and you see from the right side of you as well. You actually see what is it? Jinx just sprint right through, and you see him actually right ahead of you.
First, I'm gonna take my movement back 30 feet.
Okay.
Go closer to the party.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 right here.
Okay.
That's 30.
And then, any of them gone into combat yet?
Not yet. Nobody's in combat yet.
So the closest one, I'm gonna pull out my crossbow,
Okay.
and I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna throw in my poison dart.
Okay, so you cock back your poison bolt, and you get ready to fire.
16, 20.
20, that hits a hit. Roll for damage.
Up.
I think you're looking plus 6.
My proficiency went up. No, I think it's just
No, he has
Still
a
4.
+7.
Do I?
Yeah.
Because you have 4 for dex, right? Because you have
for
4
everything.
for mod, and then you
roll
have
a 23 then.
yeah. So you hit.
And then I'm using initiative, so yeah, it's already a crit anyways. Okay. So let me roll my 8.
All right, so you rolled and you hit. Okay. Roll for damage.
7.
Wait.
Plus yours.
You get sneak attack.
Am I getting sneak attack or am I using the advanced weapon?
When you have advantage, you have sneak attack.
Yeah.
So it should be automatic. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they have.
so double your dice.
Die 6, right?
So you should have 3 d6s now.
Oh my god.
Plus your because you're using a hand crossbow, right?
Yeah.
That's a
a plus
d10.
8.
That's a d10.
It's a D10 now?
It should be.
Mine's a D8.
It's a hand crossbow is d6. Light hand crossbow is you have a hand crossbow you're firing, right?
Light is 6. Regular is 8. That's what I'm at.
Okay, yeah. So you're at an 8. Okay, yeah.
So
Go
I
for
rolled
it.
a 7 for the 8.
Yeah.
That one.
Go for it.
Roll
So
it twice because it's crit, right?
Yeah. So 7.
Hold the crossbow and attack again.
I'll just double it. 7 times 7. Or 7 times 2. Alright, so then I need to roll for stealth.
Sneak attack.
no, you automatically get it because
Yeah.
you're the first in combat.
Yeah, I'm in
You're the first one to hit in combat.
Yeah, you get surprised.
So 3, 6, 12
So 14 does 12.
times 2.
12 times 2? 24.
24. And then plus the 14.
Mhm.
Which we start writing all that down. Yeah, this all up.
38.
And then plus the dex bonus
38.
that you have, probably?
38.
My dex bonus is plus 4.
42.
42.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm not done yet. I still need to roll for the poison.
Yeah, what is the poison?
It's
The
one
poison
die
bolt,
6.
he has to roll.
And it's 1 die 6.
It's no, it's not 1d6.
Sorry.
It's are you using what poison arrows are you using or
The ones
poison
he got
bolts?
off the drown.
Those are he has to roll a Constitution save.
Makes them swing sufficient.
Oh, that's right. Disadvantage.
All right.
Like disadvantage.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you see as you shoot him right here in the collarbone, and he's and you see kind of like a little bit of the veins around him just flew with like a dark liquid. He's poisoned. So he's still up, but he's not doing.
Holy fuck, I'm still up.
Yep.
Did you roll damage for poison?
No, it's just
that's
it's
a
an effect.
Constitution.
It's an effect.
Yeah.
It's an
Oh, there's
effect.
still damage associated.
There wasn't.
Not with drow poison.
Oh, okay.
Some drow poison is, but not the arrow. The arrow is just straight out poison. So at this point, you shoot him, hit him in his collarbone. He's not doing well at all. He's really
Does
effed
that
up. You effed him up. He's bleeding at this point. And at that point, it is now the Kuatoa's turn. The Kuatoa, he's guys. Here, and they only see one person, so
Okay, I go stealth.
yeah, as a bonus action, sure.
No, I'll save it. Never mind. Sorry.
Wow, it actually can do that, huh?
That doesn't sound great to me.
I didn't say it.
Do you still have a torch going?
I can light.
I didn't say I did.
I can light.
Okay,
Actually,
so
You'd have to do that as an action.
this one's gonna move up here when it can, and then sense. This one's gonna move here.
Dude, Jinx.
All right. So those ones are gonna move right there, and then they can't do anything. But these two right here are gonna cast Sacred Flame. One on you, Elderwind, and one on you. So I need you guys to make a saving throw. Well, these are Sacred Flames. So. So go ahead and make your Dexterity saving throws.
Which I have a 0 modifier for.
19.
You are safe. This crackling beam of light comes down right beside you, and you just, with your cat-like agility, dodge. What'd you get?
Natural 1.
Hey,
oh no!
don't be a sourpuss. It's okay. You only take. Oh, okay.
You only take
You take. You take 8 points of radiant damage. As you see this beam of light hitting you, and it's singeing your arm a bit.
0. Okay.
At that point, you see the Kuatoa.
Okay.
The Kuatoa with the staff that got hit sees how much damage that kitty cat just did, and I need you to make a saving throw.
Of what?
Let's see. Hold on.
Sacred Flame was Dex saving, right?
Yeah, that was Dex.
Yeah.
Let me just make a roll, and we'll go from there. Sorry, I had to get my app out for spells. Woo! Spells. Yay. Just roll. It's okay.
It's just, you roll a d20 and add your Dex modifier.
Well, no, it might not be Dex. Hold on, let me see.
Or whatever modifier he chooses.
7.
Yeah, but it might not be dex.
Hold on, let me go.
See what happens.
Okay.
5 plus.
Wisdom saving throw.
0.
So you rolled a 5.
You roll a 5. You see these. You see all of a sudden these spectral chains just go around you, and you're tightened in place. You are currently hold in place. Target. You are paralyzed for the duration. You can make another attempt at the end of your turn to break the spell. All right, and that's it. And he's just gonna stay there and kind of chill. The other Kuata that are in place are going to attack you.
Okay.
So let's see.
Mostly in combat. We're all back there.
Well, you'll have to find in a second.
Okay, that misses. That misses. Okay,
Deal with it.
let's see the other one.
I didn't do it.
So one tries to snap you. One tries to snap you with the pincer, and you dodge it. The other two try to nab you with their spear, right in your face, and you just go, and you dodged all three.
Oh my god!
I rolled freakishly low.
Like that. All right.
And at that point, that is their turn. Because they can't do anything anymore. Except for, actually, the one in the back. It's going to try to cast, Sacred Flame on you. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that'd make it help, I think. Nope, 4.
4? Okay, so you take 6 points of radiant damage.
Resistance makes it half.
No, you don't, you're
Very
raging.
good.
Only bludgeoning, slashing, and...
Very totem, though.
Everything's supposed to stay second.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Yep. You get resistance to that.
Beautiful. Tanky boy.
All right. So at that point, you take 3 points of damage, and you're still kicking. And let me change the battle music because this is way too quiet for non-battle music or anything. I don't know why I'm not doing battle music.
Put Mad Max back on.
I can't play certain things while we're recording, but I can play.
That'll work.
D&D official soundtrack.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Which
the
is
one thing I can
fantastic.
play.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so at that point, it is now Cal. It is your turn. You're on your steed. You're riding.
That's right.
I'm riding Kane. So how my full movement would be 50 on Kane. So what did that give me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right there.
Okay, so we went over this, but I'm just clarifying. I can't do 2 spells even though I'm level.
No 2 spells.
Okay, so
You can do a bonus action spell, and you can do a cantrip, but you cannot do a spell.
okay, so I can do a bonus action spell and a cantrip.
Correct.
Perfect. Okay, so with my bonus action spell, I'm going to in my pouch. I keep all my components. I'm going to bring out a little bit of what holy text I have left from my old days. They're all kind of crinkled up.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And then for my... So I get a +2.
So that's a
AC.
bonus, right?
Yeah,
Shield
that's
of
the
Faith.
bonus.
So a Shield of Faith, you see this darkened necrotic shield surround you, and it just kind of emanates in auras around you.
Perfect. And then for my... I can cast a cantrip, which I actually have now. Am I 60 feet from the one that... Am I 60 feet? Because this is the one that Elderman
1,
shot,
2,
right?
3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're within 60 feet.
Beautiful. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on him.
Okay, what kind of saving throw do you have to make?
Wisdom.
What do you do?
Ooh, he actually makes it. Yeah, you got... Let me see, which one was that? That one... Yeah, he has a 19.
Okay. So he saves.
So he saves. Your spectral hand comes out.
No, Toll the Dead.
Oh, Toll the Dead.
He covers
So you hear a bell, and he just goes blah, 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 blah. And he just covers his ears, and he doesn't hear the toll.
I did what I could.
Yeah. At that point, that is your turn, correct?
Yep, that's it.
All right. So it is now Lily. It is your turn.
Alright. Oh, no! Okay. Okay, so we can't see any of them back there.
Yes.
Alright. I would like to take my shield and move forward, so that's 25. My little gnome legs. Tiny little gnome legs.
Okay.
Beans. Are any of them within 60 feet?
You can hit him.
So with I'll try to do the bonus action spell and then the cantrip. Would that be possible for me to do as well?
Yes, depending on what you're gonna do.
I want to try to produce flame and just throw it so I can kind of see, give myself some light, and then cast a level 2 spell. Once I
Level 2 bonus action
Yeah.
spell. Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna try to just send some light with produce flame.
Okay, so you can hit. Are you hitting him?
I mean, if that's possible, I just want to try to see
It's
where they're
he's
going.
within 60 feet.
All right.
So
I'm gonna try to see if I can hit him with it.
okay, so go ahead. Go ahead and roll for that attack, please. And you see Lily just conjuring some flame right now and shuffling in her hand as she just prepares to chuck it at her enemy.
Oh boy. Wait. 13,
12.
12.
To a 12.
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
How much damage do you do? That should be 2d8.
What?
We have fireball damage.
Was it 2d8?
No, it's 2. It's when you're level 5, your cantrips go up.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, but mine always are.
No, yours goes up with your level.
Still.
6 damage. It's still
He's like,
All right, so you hit it, and you hit this creature, and whoa, and it just gets a little bit singed, but it's still kicking.
Is it kind of on fire? can
No.
see him. Okay.
He's not on fire, but you saw the pathway
I
leading
knew where
there.
it was. I would like to cast Moonbeam on her.
Is that a bonus action spell?
Can it? Because it's safe.
It'll say if it's an action or a bonus.
Okay, then I cannot do that. Alright, at least I know where it is.
Okay. You can cast a bonus spell if you have it, like Cure Healing Word or
You can buff yourself. If you have anything like that.
I did.
Very likely for you, so.
I took 8 points a day. Now I have 21.
That's on 30 or life.
I'm a blast cannon, dude.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
just gonna hold it for now. I'm good with that. Well, yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't even realize that it was shifted over. No, it's all good. So at that point, is that it? Is that your turn? Okay, so now we are at Kayla. Use your turn. You're over here.
Run forward. I can't see to my fingers. I have no idea where
There you are.
I am.
There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're right there. No. You'd have to get a little closer.
Can I get another?
30?
Within 30 feet at least. Actually, listen.
Well,
I'll
if you
take my action. I'll do double move. It's not a bonus action, right?
you still have a bonus action.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Bane.
Okay.
So 3 creatures. So the 3 closest to this guy.
Okay, so we got 3, and they got to make what kind of save?
It's a charisma save, and it's a 12.
They all fail.
Nice. Okay.
So they all get minus a 1d4 to their attacks, saving throws, and their checks. Very nice. Very good. And that's a bonus.
He's set up so bad.
That's a bonus.
No, it's an action.
Oh, okay. So you can't do that.
Oh.
So sorry. We gotta take that back.
I'll Hunter's Mark the one that not Elderwood shot, but the one with the staff.
Okay, so you hunter's mark that
Which
one. That's
one?
fine. You're within range.
Oh, the one I hit?
The one you hit.
90 feet.
So it's gonna be this one right here.
The one I hit.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You know what? Can I redact that?
What?
The hunter's mark?
Yeah.
How many redacts you gonna have, man?
Just one.
Okay, no, that was 2.
Well, I didn't know that.
All right.
I didn't realize it was an action.
Last chance, bud.
All right.
I'm going to Misty Step to the one that's the one I was targeting.
The one, there's a staff.
Yeah.
I'll say, he's technically right there. So
Can I
I'll
get
say
to-
you get.
Can I get to that side of them?
No, that's as far as you can go.
Okay. Within 10 feet of them?
Yeah. So go ahead and mark off a second level spell slot for you. So that should be your. You marked off first level spell slot.
Yes, sir. I got it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you, though.
Awesome. All right. So coming back to the top of the round, Lothos, it is your turn. After getting hurt and ouchie.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now?
So I'm going to. Wow, that's really close. Okay, so if I'm 2 squares, can I get 2 squares behind Jinx?
Hold on, I'm trying to get my. It's all good. I don't care. We're gonna just forget that ever happened.
I don't care. It's fine.
It's fine, man. I just dropped everything on the floor. It's okay, man.
Everything that's important.
Yeah, I just wanted to know a condition too. That's all.
Pause the game.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what did you want to do?
I want to get 2 squares behind Jinx.
2 squares all the way up to where Jinx is?
You see how there's 2 open squares directly behind him?
Yeah.
Can I get there?
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right. So basically, I'm within 15 feet of everybody.
Right there. That's 2 squares behind him.
Okay. How much movement do I have left in case I need it?
You have plenty of movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have plenty of movement.
Am I now? There's 5 people surrounding him, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Am I within 15 feet of all of them?
Are you talking? Are you doing burning hands?
Yes. And yes, I realize
Your cone starts from here. So there's one. So you'll miss these two.
Which 2?
The 2 in the front right here. You would have to take one step back to get them. What's the cone diameter for?
I'll check it right now.
While I pick up my mess.
Cone diameter is 15-foot cone.
It's a 15-foot cone? Okay,
Yeah.
so from where you're at...
It would hit, right?
No, because the cone starts from here. Here's 5, 10, 15. So it wouldn't hit anybody, actually, if you fired it from right there.
I would have to be
Well, you would
closer?
hit Jinx.
Would I have to be closer?
You have to be closer to hit these 3.
Put me within range.
Okay, so right here, you can hit 3.
Take an attack of opportunity.
No, he would because he's not near.
He's still gonna hit Jinx though.
If he backs away.
He hits Jinx.
What if I'm one more?
One more?
I want to be able to hit all of them.
You can't hit all. You'll be able to hit.
And Jinx.
Yeah.
Jinx is
You'll be able to hit 3, no matter what. You'll be able to hit 3.
Okay, then put me one step back.
Okay.
Because then that would be 4.
As long as I can hit 3.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna yell duck.
Oh, good. Okay.
That works.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, duck.
Duck. Well, duck.
And then I'm gonna use burning hands, which you have to roll dex saving throw.
I will do that, and I get a negative. Oh no, I don't. Okay, so
I wish, because that's why I was like, yes, that's like the perfect setup.
Soon.
Okay, so here we go. What's your DC?
It's 13.
13. Okay. So the one with the claw saved, but the one with the 2 other ones failed completely.
Okay, so 1 gets half, 2 gets full.
Correct. So go and Jinx, did you roll?
I need to roll
Dex save.
saving throw.
With advantage because you
No.
said
Oh, plus modifiers.
It's basically like duck flamethrower right in front of you.
I love ducks.
So we rolled an 8.
Rolled an 8. So but thanks to your bear, you have resistance. So
So he takes half damage.
But he gets his.
he takes half the damage anyways because he's resistant to it. So go ahead and roll your 6d6.
5d6.
Oh my god.
No, it's a level 3 spell, right?
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's telling me 5d6 for level 3.
A little bit.
Well, they're just me buffing the party.
Oh yeah, okay,
Stuff
no, you're
like
right.
that.
5d6, yeah.
Dead by the time.
Yeah, 5d6, you're right. So go ahead and roll 5d6.
Oh, there's another one. I need 2 more. 1d6 from somebody.
Alright. So you see that Lothos just opens up his hand and goes, duck! And then you turn around and you're like, oh fuck!
Eyeballs all around.
And you just cast Burning Hands. Go for it.
Oh,
19. So half is 9. So that wasn't too bad. But here's the result of it. You go and you just like this arc of flame just emanates from your hands and it just burns and burns and burns and you have these 2 are gone. They were weaker. So you burned 2 of them. At that point, that is pretty much your turn, right? All right.
He didn't hit that.
It's a strong buff.
All right. So at that point, it is now whose turn? It is going to be Jinx. Jinx, what are you going to do? You get a little shard on your back. You're like, what the? And you're holding your axe in your hand and everything.
I told you to duck.
Goddamn. All right. Well, I'll take a swing at the. Actually, what's the other track?
There's one in front of you that's a little bit charred, but he's standing and he's kicking well.
Yeah, and then there's two behind me that's within range.
No, the other not in range.
Okay. So I don't want to take an attack of opportunity on top, so let's swing at the one in range.
Okay, so go for it. Attack the one in range. First attack.
First attack. Miserable fail at 3 plus 6, 9.
That is going to be a fail. Your second attack.
Second attack. Better. 16.
16 will hit. Roll for damage. 13. Actually, I'm going to do this so we know that you are paralyzed. Okay, so how much damage? 13?
13.
So you take a slash at its chest and it kind of cuts him open a little bit, but he's still kicking. He's a strong, sturdy Koatoa.
Can I use my shield master bonus action shove? Try to get him prone?
Sure. Sure. Go for it. You take your shield and you... Bah! Go ahead and roll for that damage. Yeah. I believe that's against my athletics too, right?
Yeah. That'll be 16.
Yeah, he got a nat 1. You knock him square on his ass.
Oh, these guys are pushovers.
Kill him or you stuck?
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the bases.
How far is that dirt bag?
You're right on him.
So I'm like right in between two.
Yeah. There's one. You're right on this guy. There's one.
You're right on the spellcaster. So at this point, that was your turn. Elderwind, you are paralyzed. So unfortunately, you don't get a turn. Roll for your wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it's 0. Wisdom, you said?
Yeah, wisdom. 16.
You just and you break free of the spell, and that's your turn, unfortunately. Sorry, he saw like.
Well, you can take the costume off me now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that spell really screws you over. Yeah, pretty much.
Inspired my turn, or is it do something else?
Let me double check real quick. Yeah, the
Yeah, because it's.
yeah, at the end of your turn, it makes you make a save. So yeah, you're paralyzed for a turn. But the good news is you're no longer paralyzed. So that's your turn. At that point is now the Kuatoa's turn. The Kuatoa see two of their friends got barbecued,
So they're dead.
and the other one got knocked on their ass. So the priest is really pissed off and is going to attempt to do spellcasters. I swear I gotta look up spells, you know, because okay, he's going to actually move right here, still in combat with you, and he's going to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
What?
Yep.
Bastard. Which one is this one?
Get the white mage!
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sounds like a high priest.
Why do you think I remember?
Okay, so
Tag team, baby, tag team.
so each of them, as you see their wounds start to close, and you see that all of them start to heal, even the mage himself. And at that point, the mage that's going to be the end of the mage turn. And that's pretty much it. So at that time, that's his turn, and now it's going to be the other Kuatoa. The other Kuatoa, this one's going to get up. He's going to move to
So
you.
the one I shot was pretty much like full health.
No, he's still hurt, but he's pretty much. And this guy is going to crawl over him. He's going to be in combat with you. But after seeing all of two of his fellow Kuotoa clan get burned to death, they're all going to attack Lothos because they just think he's the biggest
I
threat.
started it with this.
Yeah, Lothos should be ass kicked.
Doing what?
You're getting your ass kicked.
By what?
Everyone's
The
jumping you.
Kuotoa, the spellcaster healed all the Kuotoa, and then after that, the Kuotoa decided that you were the biggest threat.
Oh, nice.
So because you burned 3 of their people, killing 2 of them off the bat. So they're like, you're the biggest threat. We need to go after you. One rolled a natural 1 against you. Actually, so, but it gets to make 2 attacks. So one with its bite, and the other one takes a bite out of you, which it rolls a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So these dice. I have all these dice. Here we are.
Wait,
And what?
they're all fully healed now?
No, not all of them.
Okay.
You take 4 points of damage from a bite attack from these fish heads. And then that was 1. Second one. What's your AC?
11.
1 hits you with the pincer staff. So you take a total of... Oh, it doesn't even have a... Okay, so you take a total of 5 points of piercing damage as this pincer grapples onto you.
How many more are going to hit me?
Uh-huh. Well, you don't...
Just wait.
Just wait.
That's 5 points?
I need you to make a... I need you to... That's 5 points of piercing. And I need you to make... I need you to escape a grapple check. So go ahead and...
Check?
I need you... Yeah. I need you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check. Whichever one is stronger.
Neither. All plus 0.
This is not right.
17.
Nice.
You escape from the grapple, but it attempts to bite you.
Of course it does.
And it missed. The last one. The last one hits you with its pincer. You take 5 more points of piercing.
And I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Okay. How much damage does he take?
That's a dex saving throw.
And that's a level 5.
Yeah, so 13. I'm tired of getting hit, man.
So that's 60.
4.
At second level, it increases 1d10, so it's 4d10. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I gotta make a save. So he's gonna make a save. What's the saving throw? Oh, well, he made
13.
it. He rolled a 19, so he takes half damage.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that because sometimes you can make
Oh,
a better roll.
Yeah, you're right.
Basically, you get a better
11.
average. Huh?
11 damage.
11 total for all 4 of them?
No, he cut it in half.
I cut it in half already.
Oh, you did? Okay, so he takes 11 points of fire damage, and he's just sitting there, and he's kind of getting burned,
Oh,
but he comes up and he tries to bite you now, but he's still kicking. That one hits, so you're going to take 3 points of piercing damage as he bites you. And you're being grappled at this point with this little claw-like cherry picker. At that point, the last one is going to attack Jinx. Jinx, the last
Thank
one.
God.
What's your AC?
16.
It hits you. I need you to make 5 points of damage, subtracted to half to 2. And I need you to make a athletics check, which you have advantage because you are raging. You are grappled. He takes you by the arm, and now you are grappled, which I believe, when you are grappled, since you are Lothos are both grappled, let me go over it with you. Grappled creatures' speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any of the bonuses to speed. Also, yeah, and you, basically your speed becomes 0. That's pretty much it. You can't move. So at that point, it is now...
Hey.
Oh. Oh, that's for us.
Oh, okay.
That's not for the stream.
No, that's not on stream.
But we still want to see us.
Oh wow, we're so fabulous. So at this
I
point,
mean, look at the dude on the top of the middle. That dude's handsome.
oh,
That beard.
Look at that
that
shiny
beard.
head.
Yeah, that looks like it can catch a lot. All right, so at that point, that was the Kuotoa's turn. It is
That was
now
kinda like your stealth roll.
Cal. You are up. You are on your steed.
Real quick, the one I hit, which one's that one?
Right here. That's the one he hellish rebuke. So you know who to fuck with.
Okay, cool. So, I've got so many nice buffing spells for everybody, but everybody's like, rushed in. Just do it. No, it's too late. Now I'm pissed. So I'm gonna run in, or I'm gonna ride in on
Here we
Kane.
go.
Okay.
I'm moving at least 20 feet, so Kane is gonna use his charge ability
Okay,
on
so
the priest.
all right, charging.
He must save a DC 13 or be knocked prone by my mighty stallion.
He failed.
He is prone. And he takes 2d6.
Okay.
And this is just my mount. 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna, he's prone, so do I get advantage on these? Because I'm gonna sight them from the top.
Okay.
Raise disadvantage.
So is it advantage?
It is advantage.
Okay.
Because he's prone.
18 plus, for the first one, 18 plus 8. Is that gonna hit?
18 plus 8. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Roll your second attack.
15 plus 8. Is that gonna hit?
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, so
Is that gonna
for
hit?
damage, I like hearing it. Okay, so I'm gonna roll damage for both attacks.
Okay, go for it. What's the damage?
It's going to be 2d10 and then 2d4s and then plus 2.
2 to each, plus 4, right?
No, 2 total.
This is the
oh
total.
my god. 9, 9, 2, and 4, so 6 plus
24.
24 plus 2 is 26.
So
points
you
of
take your-
necrotic damage.
Oh gosh. Oh well, it's.
Oh, no, it's-
he only takes how much necrotic damage? I mean, it really doesn't matter. But
It's 6 points of necrotic damage.
so 6 points of
The rest
necrotic
is
damage on
slashing.
top of the slashing, and what you do is you basically ride up to him, and you take your scythe and you have your steed going. Take this fucker. And he pushes him down with a charge. And at that point, you see the scythe come down, and with the scythe with its reach, goes down and slashes up across, leaving a dark black charred mark. And again, almost leaving an X across his chest.
Perfect.
At that point, he's still kicking, but you're good.
Sweet, and he's prone.
And he's prone.
That was my 2 actions.
At that point, it is now Lily. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Is there any? Do I know where any of the enemies are at this point?
Yeah,
Is it
you
still
do.
dark? Okay.
Well, you have dark vision.
Am I with this? Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Not to mention that it's just lit up at this point.
No, he really didn't lit it up. Well, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Which one was the priest?
The one that's on his ass.
The one that's on his ass.
I would like to cast Moonbeam on him.
Okay, what is Moonbeam and how far away is the target?
It is a silvery
saving
beam of
throw.
pale light that shines down a 5-foot radius, a 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point. Concentration spell. When a creature enters the spell area, engulfed in ghostly flames that cause a searing pain, it must make a Constitution saving throw and takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save.
Is that at the start of its turn, or?
Because it's I looked this up because I made somebody with, because this is like druid like bread and butter. Because technically it's when it hits them, it's them getting into it, so you can roll for the damage when you start it, and then if you move within it, you take damage.
on their turn.
No, because it counts as like because it's.
Let me read it.
Right.
Hold on.
Because it's coming, the moonlight, it's like if it moves within the moonlight, it takes damage. It coming down on him is it moving through him. It's funky. But for the way I interpret it,
So it's either
It does say when the creature enters the spell's area for the first time.
Yeah.
So if she's casting it on the area right on top of someone, it is technically entering it for the first time.
yeah,
And
also
then
take
it's-
damage on his turn.
Unless he moves out of it.
But then he would take it on
He only
the.
takes
So he
damage
would take it
unless
at the
he
start of his turn and at the and right now.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm seeing it.
And he has to get up anyway, so he's moving in it anyway
Okay, so you cast your moonbeam.
How big? How wide is it?
5 foot. So it's just right.
It's 120 feet, so it's a 5 foot, so it's right on top.
Yeah.
So at this point, you cast it. Are you casting at level 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast it. This beam comes straight down. No, doesn't know where it's coming from. That's a good. Yeah, it comes straight down, and it covers this thing, and it singes him, and he's like, "Whoa!" As he just crying out in pain. Go ahead and roll your damage. That is 2d10.
7.
7 points of radiant damage on top of him, burning him. You see his flesh start to singe, and he's just sitting on the ground, just taking it. And now, as sucky as this is, did you want to use your bonus action for anything, or are you good?
Okay.
You want to move?
I do not want to get anywhere near it.
Alrighty. Kaoa, you are up, and he is on the ground.
Yeah,
And he's
so
prone.
I see him down.
So-
My bonus action, I'm going to Hunter's Mark.
Okay, Hunter's Mark.
Oh, this poor bastard.
He probably won't last that long.
Oh, he's down. He's down.
And he is prone, right?
Yeah, so you get advantage on melee.
20. Okay, that
As
hits.
I come down, Divine Smite.
Okay.
He wants his freeze con.
Okay, so that's a
Go for the
D6
eyeballs.
plus 2 more D8. And then plus your, what are you using? What's your,
Hunter's Mark.
no, your weapon.
Is
Is it your halberd?
I think it's no, Great Axe.
That's a great axe is a D12.
So 2d8, 1d6, and a d12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, 8, 16 plus 9 is 25. 5 plus 4 is 29 plus
29.
3.
32.
So how much?
32.
32.
32. So here's what happens.
He goes splat.
You take it and you just swing. Is that just one attack, right?
That's one attack.
You swing and you chop his arm off, and and thanks to your radiant light that cuts through him, cauterizes the wound. He is still kicking, but he's just like coughing up blood at this point. And he's on the ground. You have a second attack, correct?
This dude's getting radiant
Go
and
for it.
necrotic. He's just like.
Life death, life death.
That's much better. 21.
21. That hits. Roll for damage. That's it.
Deal, right?
Yeah, D6 and D10.
Am I allowed to use Divine Smite more than once?
You can
It's every
if you-
time you use a melee attack, right?
If you want,
But
you
it's a
can.
slot. That's
Right,
two slots.
I have more personal, so why not? This guy's an idiot.
Here comes the. This is just a mob.
I'll teach you
Oh, wow.
fucking tangling and
Okay.
putting
Not as
it
good a
in my
roll,
ass.
but
Mostly for healing the whole group.
we got 5, 6 plus 12
We have a pool of
is 18, 19.
How do you want
Or
to do
not
this?
19.
He's dead. He's dead.
How do you want to kill him?
Let the motherfucker
Behead.
Okay, so you chop it off, and just like a fish at the supermarket, when you're cutting it, the head just rolls, and it's
Can
just
I
there,
have-
and it
can I have
looks.
free action, just like kick his head. and
Sure.
have, Like one of the guys.
Oh, sure, you just kick it,
Just
and
to
it hits
kinda
his
get
leg.
attention.
Roll
Kicks
for
his leg, and he's
emotional
like,
damage.
oh.
I just wanted to look at me.
At that point, it is now.
While I see this happen, I just want to say, I want the eyeballs!
Okay, so at that point, it is now the top of the round. It is now Lothos. It is your turn,
Okay.
and you are surrounded by Kuotoa.
How many?
3 of them.
Any injured?
The one on the left of you is injured. The one that you shot at.
Okay.
The others are doing pretty well.
So the one closest.
Yeah, it's this one with the bottle cap right here.
Oh, okay. And then I have one on the right of me too, right?
That is correct. You do have the one on the right of you as well.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my...
By the way, is this another one?
Yes, bonus action.
Oh, next turn. Okay.
I'm going to use my movement to back up,
Okay.
but still stay within range of
If you
Eldritch
do, it's an
Blast.
opportunity attack against
Oh
this
God,
guy.
no! Stop!
Wait, aren't you still grappled, dude?
Oh, that's true. You can't move. You're grappled.
I thought he broke the grapple. No, he did.
didn't?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
So I just can't move anywhere, right?
Right.
You're
Okay.
grappled, and you're grappled.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this extremely evil, messed up, freaking most pissed off looking thing of, and raise both hands
Okay.
and pull an Iron Man and Eldritch Blast both of them in the face.
Okay, both the ones on each side of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an attack for each.
Oh, fuck off.
Well,
10 for each.
10 for each. Unfortunately, that's a no bueno. It was close, but they went like this, and they just dodged it just gently. And then the one kind of, and being grappled kind of screwed you up a little bit, but it was close. Anything else you want to do?
What else can I do?
It's up to you. I don't think you have a bonus action really to do anything, so
I can't move.
yeah.
You can't break the ground.
Yeah. Is that pretty much your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's Lothos' turn. Jinx, it is your turn.
You're about to die.
You need to save Lothos.
Okay. So
Well,
there's
he's
one that's injured. How badly is he injured?
I don't know, how bad do you look? Give me how many.
I mean, I meant the guy next to him.
So you see him, and he's looking like he's on his last limbs and about to fall over soon. That's what he looks like to you. He looks like, oh shit, he's gonna fall over soon.
Yeah, is there one next to him that I could pull bonus action shove out of his combat zone? Or
There.
not? Yeah.
I mean,
This guy, technically.
yeah, you can shove one guy out if you want,
Shove a
but
guy? Can I shove a guy into another guy?
it would move it down the line, but it really wouldn't do you any good.
Okay. Is it better to shove one away so he gets an attack of opportunity on one, or to not get prone so they get disadvantage on the attack? Is kind of my thought process. Or just
Go with your gut.
Just try.
Go with your gut.
Just
What would Jinx do?
What would Jinx do? What would Jinx do?
Yeah, I'll probably swing at the guy to the right of him.
Okay, so you're swinging at the guy from the right of him, right? So you move here, which you're still in combat. Oh, you can't move.
I can't move. Am I in range?
So you can move right. You can kill this guy that's
right.
on him.
Right.
Do you want to attack or?
Yeah, I'll just attack that guy.
Yeah, okay, so you're attacking. Go make 2 attacks.
6, 19.
19 will hit. Roll for damage.
Try one more time.
That's an 8 plus 5. That'd be 13.
13. He takes a good slash across the chest, and he's still kicking, but he's looking bad.
Attack number 2. I'm gonna go for it. That'll be 16 plus 6, 22.
22. Okay, that hits. Roll for damage.
That's not so great. 7.
7. So he takes another slashing, but he's still up and kicking. He's still aggressive. These guys have a lot of hit points. Compared to the first 2 he killed, these other guys have a lot of hit points. Alright, the next one is Elderwind.
Hold on. Let me take my bonus action. Let me shove him on, make him prone.
Okay, go.
That's
Shove him
very
and
nice.
make him prone.
That's 18 plus 6, 24.
Alright, let's see. He fails. So he gets shot.
Shit.
My turn?
Yes, it is your turn.
Alright. I'm going to pull out my crossbow again.
Okay. I don't think you ever left your crossbow, but yeah.
Well, I have my crossbow, but I'm just going to put in a regular bolt this time.
Okay.
Saving my poison ones. Same one I shot. I'm shooting that motherfucker.
Oh, that's right. Alright.
Counts as a sneak attack, right?
Yeah.
21.
21 that hits. Roll for your damage. It's 3d6 and a d8.
Let's see, 6, 7, 10, 12, and a 2 on my 8. So 14.
14?
14.
So this is what happens. You shoot the guy, and as he turns and looks at you, crossbow right through the gills to the other side, and he just falls over and he's dead.
Yay!
Alright, maybe a little small die.
There's Bobcat.
Well, it's their turn
Oh.
now, so we'll find out.
And then I still have movement, right?
You still have movement.
Okay, I'm gonna move that way.
He doesn't get a second
No,
attack.
Oh,
second
okay.
attack.
Okay, so
Just get,
1,
my full movement that way.
6. Okay, at that point, it is now the Kuatoa. Okay, so at this point, one of the Kuatoa is going to attack Jinx.
Thank God.
That's going to be hit with a 21. That's actually 5 points of damage, and you're still grappled.
Yeah.
And at the other one, he's going to take a bite out of you, which is another hit, which is... hold on, let me roll. Okay, which is 3 points of piercing damage with the bite.
What the resistance
No. So
2 and 1.
okay, so the total was 8, so 4 points of damage. Total. At that point, so you kind of withstand it. Lothos, moment of truth. Last one is going to attack you. Okay, 1 hits, so that's 5 points of damage. As you see, Lothos gets cherry pickered in the face and goes down. And as he goes down, he's going to go straight onto.
Oh, come on.
He's going to go onto you and he's going to bite you. And 20. He bites your leg.
He bites me.
That's what you get for that. You ain't gonna get me.
Unnatural or natural?
No, unnatural. But he does 6 points of piercing damage.
Like nothing.
Then he conjures the demi. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so at that point, you're you're unconscious.
Wait,
so,
reaction, hellish rebuke.
Okay. Go for it.
He needs to save on that 13 dex save.
Someone's been studying.
Yep. For a dex save?
Yes.
12, so
He
he failed.
takes full damage. I'm casting a level 1.
Okay. So
Homie takes 12 points of fire damage.
So as he bites you, as your hellish rebuke, you actually manage to your scythe forms a necrotic flame that arcs from it and just zaps him right off of your, burning his face a little bit, charbling with this necrotic fire.
That's what's up.
And at that point, it is now top of the rank. Cal, is your turn.
Oh, it's count with my
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, so I can't. Okay, well, good old Kane is gonna go for
Oh, that's right.
a ram attack.
Okay.
I'm at -1.
He's under my.
So that's fine. I gotta roll for my baby boy. Does a 15 hit?
I know what's happening.
I'll play the game.
Oh my God.
Swear to God.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit. Roll for damage.
Just 4 points of damage.
Okay.
So gook.
So.
And
I got it, boss. Ho!
then I'm gonna go for my the guy that attacked me. I'm gonna go for actually. So Kane hit him.
Yes.
I'm gonna use the scythe's reach to go try to knock the one that's grappling Jinx.
Okay.
So first attack is going to be. I roll both at the same time. I forgot to do an advantage. 17 plus.
Did you roll? Okay, I'm just gonna give this to you. Did you roll above 11?
Yes.
Okay, you're good.
And then is 8 plus
You're
5
good.
above 11?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good. I can't do math.
8 plus 5 is 13.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna do
Roll
damage.
the total damage.
Oh my god. 16 points of damage.
Total?
Yes.
So you take your scythe and you do a backward slash, and you manage to slash him to the point where it gets across his neck a little bit and slices it, and he backs off in pain. Then you swing your scythe back around, and with the sharp end of the scythe, you skewer him right through the eye, and it goes right through the head, and it's right there. And
Is an eyeball hanging off the
No, his eyeball is not. It just pierced right
It's
through,
it.
destroyed
Yes,
it.
held it in.
And I'm just going to say this now. With the split in the side, you
These
actually
4
managed
hours.
to see that the body falls right off from the head.
Oh.
And you just got a head on your side.
Yes!
So this one's gone.
Yeah, I lost.
At that point, it is now
We have one
Lily.
prone.
Huh?
Yes,
Yeah, we have one prone.
And a down wizard.
Can I get me a look those? I have 25.
Do you want to get close?
I would like to get as close as possible.
1, 5. That's as close as
Alright. And then I would also like to, with my action, move my moonbeam to the only one left standing
Okay, so you move your moonbeam right here as a bonus action, right?
as my action.
Okay. So it's encasing the moonbeam, and it just entered it, so it takes 2d8 or 2d10. Sorry.
Isn't there a save?
A Constitution save.
Oh, okay. Let me roll that then. What's your DC?
13.
Okay, it makes it.
It takes 2 points of damage.
No,
All
that was
right.
10. That was 0 on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
A 0 and a 10 is a.
It takes
5.
12. So 6.
6 points of damage.
All right, so
I got you.
6 points of radiant damage rains down from this moonbeam right on top of it, and at that point, it is now. Are you doing anything else?
I can't really do anything else.
No bonus spells?
You can still. You have a bonus spell that you can cast.
No, because it would get rid of my concentration. Because moonbeam's a concentration.
Okay. Well, you can keep concentration. You can
No,
cast
Venus.
another spell.
You just can't cast it.
You just can't cast another
Yeah,
concentration
Cure
spell.
Wounds is touch.
Yeah, but it's not. You're not going to break concentration. Oh, so
I can't
that's
reach
all
it.
you have.
Yeah.
Okay. So at that point, it is now Kayla. It is your turn.
So the one next to me is dead.
Yes.
There's one in between me and
There's
Jinx,
one
right?
There's
right
one
over
left.
here.
There's a
There's two. There's prone.
Yeah, there's one between me and Jinx, right?
Yeah.
So I will move
Watch out when you
to the
stand.
like towards the left side of it
2,
to block off that. So I can't
4.
move that direction.
You can move right here if you want.
Well, the one that's standing, I want to be between them.
Okay. So you're right here.
Then I'm gonna go after him.
Okay. So go for it.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark move.
Okay. Good.
So he's Hunter's Mark.
All right.
And then I'm gonna take 2 swings.
Go for it. Make them both at the same
Hold on a
time.
second.
Do they both hit?
They're both natural 19s.
Go for it. You're good.
He's your
Okay.
No, he's standing
no
up.
divine sign. Just hunters.
Along with-
and- Or what was it? The D8's for.
The D8s. That was Divine Smite if you did it, but.
Oh right. Yeah, so not. Yeah, I'm not concentrating.
So you're doing 2 D12s and 2 D6s.
Oh right. Okay. So that's 13 on the first one. And 11. Oh, wait, no.
Plus
So the first one is 17.
Okay, so you take a big slash with your great axe. You know. The next one.
And the second one is 15.
So what you do is you go slash, you chop one of his legs off. You go slash, chop his innard up, and then you go slash right from the neck over, and he just falls apart into 3 different pieces.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
No one walked through that.
No,
then-
no, no. What we all should do is just gather.
Lothos, I
around.
need you to make a death saving throw.
Where's that? D20?
D20, just a straight D20.
Oh, wait, 11 out of
20.
Oh!
You're back up with 1 hit point. So with your natural 20, you're like, oh, you're alive with 1 hit point, man.
If there was ever a time to roll a natural 20.
I like to think that he does the nose
The-
barrage and just like.
Oh no. If anything, I would say he's more like the Undertaker.
Yeah,
set up
Undertaker,
there.
yeah.
All right. At that point, it is now. No, that was
Is he
Lothos.
still down, or is he?
Actually, you get to make all your attack skills and your
Yeah.
actions if you want
I'm
to.
gonna double Eldritch Blast that guy in the face.
The one that's on the floor.
Don't I get advantage?
No, he's at disadvantage because it's a range.
Oh, he's at
attack.
disadvantage.
Yeah, if you're in melee range.
So attack number 1 is a 15.
With a disadvantage?
Disadvantage. So you roll another one.
I get disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's a
He's
down
prone.
target and it's a ranged attack.
Really gets advantage.
So I have to
No.
roll 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
so
then
roll
take the two
again.
lowest.
Oh.
16.
That you hit. So go ahead.
Wow.
So that's one hit. Go ahead and roll again.
So 18.
That's the
Wow.
lower one.
Yeah.
Okay, then you both hit. So roll 2d10s and plus your charisma to each of those.
I got a pissed off wizard right now.
Right?
I didn't think he was gonna kick it.
Got it. So 2d10 for both, right?
That is correct.
Plus whatever.
Plus
Plus
2
2.
on each of those.
So we have 6, 13, or no, is that a 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 and 11, so 20 total points.
All right. So you fire, and you bam, bam with 2 of your Eldritch blasts, and then he just turns to fish food.
Nice.
He has 2 holes deep inside him now, and he's screwed.
It's just flakes.
So at that point, we are officially at the end of combat.
Nobody pisses me off.
Every time someone does that store.
Side note,
Yes.
I have 1.
I've collected one hit point.
Okay, so that's going to be a survival check.
I'm going to heal Lothos for 15 points. And then I'm
Thank
going to
you.
heal myself to full.
How many more hit points are you still doing?
So you're healing yourself?
I am now down 13.
Oh.
You're down 13 hit points?
Well, I was resurrected with 1,
Yeah.
and then he gave me 15, so that's 16.
Okay.
Are we rolling because we're still in combat?
I need 13.
No,
it's a
survival check
check.
to get him out.
Oh,
And I'm
Okay.
gonna search for
You get about 5 good ones.
any magical items.
You're searching for magical item. Okay, so as you search, go ahead and I'll let everybody search the bodies. So everybody roll an investigation check to see what they find on these guys.
Oh, I get advantage on that.
How do you get it? Oh yeah, because you're high. Yeah.
It was. I was rolling 20 from the other one.
Not much.
Got 20.
This thing.
Nice.
Survival?
17.
Oh wait,
14.
14. Okay.
I find the other artifact.
Okay.
17.
17. Okay. 9. Okay. 1. Okay. Good job. And yours
job,
was how
Lily.
much? 14. Okay. So after you guys all collected, how much is your total? Investigation.
Oh, 20 plus investigation. A good old whopping 20.
So everybody finds something unique.
I got the rock.
Lily, you just found there. One of them has a spear and a grabber.
I'll take it.
So you take the what? The
The grab.
okay. So what it looks like is it looks like a
Yeah.
So she can reach everything.
Yeah, I
look-
can finally reach
yeah.
it.
So it literally looks like these big old pincers.
And she can actually ride the horse with the grabber holding the reins.
That's freaking hilarious.
So that's what you get. Lothos, you find you search the mage and you find like a scepter, and you also find let's see, what do you find? You find a scepter, and you also find a potion bottle on the side of him. And this potion bottle looks red. Looks very familiar. Looks like a healing potion.
Would I know it's a healing potion?
You would know because you've had them before.
And can I do an Arcana check on this stuff?
Sure. Roll for
Just to see if it
Arcana.
has any interesting abilities.
Yeah, go for it.
That would be a 20.
20. It is not magical. It looks like it's just, but
Is it
the
valuable?
scepter itself is actually made out of pure silver. So when you actually look at it, you're like, wow, this is actually a pretty penny. So this scepter could be well worth a good like 50 to 60 gold pieces. At that point, Jinx, you managed to find spears and grabbers. Unfortunately, nothing too fancy. Kayla, you actually find that one of the grabber guys actually has a pouch. And on that pouch, he has a gold piece with 3 silvers and 20 coppers. And then, other one, after your whole thing of scavenging and finding the wonderful, awesome eyeballs, you manage to find more grabbers and stuff like that, and spears and everything. Nothing too fancy, but you do see that some of them you can check them out, and they're sticky shields. Basically, you can use it to kind of catch people and grapple them as an attack. Yeah, it's very primitive, but it's functional. At that point, Cal, you actually what? Oh no! Did you want to say something?
No.
Okay. So Cal, rolling your natural 20, and you're looking at the investigation, and you realize that you're right by the altar with the sacrifice and everything, and you're looking around. You're like, and you see something in like the manta ray mouth that's kind of pouring blood, and you just look at it and and with your sick sense of humor, or your sick mind and your evilness, you're sick every way.
Boss, what are you doing?
What you doing there, boss? No, you open up the mouth, and when you open up the mouth, you actually see something glowing. A familiar glow.
I can pick who gets the thing.
No, you don't.
Oh, dang it.
I need you 5.
Oh, but I found it for you. Oh.
If you didn't roll that natural
Like
20,
me?
you would have not found it.
100?
You're welcome, y'all.
So,
D100, right?
D100.
37.
Oh wait, that's a 6.
Wait.
Oh, man.
And a what?
I get a nat 20 and I don't get anything.
No, you found something.
Yeah, but
It's
not-
good. It's boons for you.
Roll 2.
Okay. 2 of them?
You roll a D100. So you roll a one that has like a 2-digit and one that has a single digit.
Okay, so D10. Oh, got you. 28 for this one.
28?
61.
61?
It's a random number.
17?
48.
48. What'd you get? 37. Alright, hold on a sec. I gotta.
Pull out a calculator.
No, I gotta find
Divide by 2.
piece of papers. Okay. So here's what happens. As you open it up, not only do you see the glowing, you actually manage to see some gemstones inside as well. So you do find about rubies and sapphires, about 50 gold worth. Nothing. They're small. They're not super worth it, but they are worth money. So you do find gemstones worth about 50 gold. As you see, this glowing happens, and this shard pops out, still pulsing green. As it pulses green, it just fluctuates and fluctuates.
Hey, I found one of the cool things!
And it just hovers in midair.
Oh shit!
And while hovering in midair, you manage to, it flies, goes straight to Lothos. Lothos, you have, what is your arcane focus that you use? You have a wand or a staff or something, or you should know.
It's a staff.
It's a staff?
Yeah.
So, you've been carrying this staff for the whole time.
Yes.
So,
Yes, I have.
I mean, it's obviously, it's on your character. I mean, it's on the thing. So, as you do it, your staff sticks to it. Not only that, but all the Kuatoa, the metal pieces on the Kuatoa, like this on the short, everything starts breaking off of it. All the metal starts they all start snapping from it and breaking all those things. Except for yours. I'll say that yours stays on there, so you keep your grabber. But everything just molds into one, and your staff molds into it. And it just molds and molds, and it looks like a giant blob of molten metal. And as it does it, it shoots towards your hand. And it burns, and it burns, and it starts forming this metallic gauntlet that sharps into claws.
Yes!
And now you have, and this is actually your spell focus now. You can cast spells through this gauntlet.
That's dope.
This is your artifact.
Dude, that's legit.
And I'll give you your thing right now. So, yeah, I was like not expecting anyone, because I hide them all over the place, and I was not expecting you to roll that high. So, good job on you. So you can thank him.
You're welcome.
And by the way, the magic number I was looking for this time was 50. And since you got the closest, I will change that number up every single time to keep it random.
Good
So
idea.
it's so it's not like, oh man, I didn't roll 100 or something like that. Because sometimes I'll pick 1, or sometimes I'll pick something like that. Okay, hold on, let me tear, because I don't have scissors. Perfect. So these are gauntlets of demon kind.
What?
Or gauntlet of demon kind. And that's what yours does. Yours doesn't have that much writing, but it's really cool. If you have any questions, let me know. So congratulations, guys. You guys finished combat. You guys actually managed to find another artifact, which is great. Unfortunately, you do not have your quarterstaff anymore, and you do not have... If you had any metal armor on you or anything like that... Oh yeah, I know. The last one's really cool. But that's level 15. That's level 15. You won't get that till later.
So what do you mean by absorb elements?
So there's a spell called Absorb Elements. What it does is it allows you to, if you take damage, like let's say if a dragon breathes fire on you, you can cast Absorb Elements as a reaction to reduce it to half damage.
Oh, okay.
And you can also, if you're carrying something, you can also imbue it. So in this case, if you wanted to use it on an improvised weapon like your gauntlet gets like an extra damage on its next attack. But it's only towards fire damage, and the reason why is because you can use that spell a limited amount of times. So you can use the Absorb Element on fire damage only a limited amount of times.
So light a torch, go grab it, and then you can give a fire punch.
Basically, you can do that if you wanted to.
Sick. I like it.
So that is your, and it's also your spell focus now.
Yeah.
And when you get, I don't know if it gives you a +1 in the beginning. I think the next level,
Level 10.
level
I get
10, it will
+1.
give you a +1 to your spell attack and +1 to your spell DC.
Right.
So, and then it goes up from there. And then the last ability is really, really powerful.
Yeah.
But that's why it's level 15. Anyways, so at that point, what do you guys do now? You see...
So hold on. Okay. Like, it doesn't really matter if they know what it can do, right?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll keep it vague then. So what you're saying is the last thing at level 15, I can do that, and that thing becomes a cantrip.
Essentially, yes.
Holy crap, that one's broken.
Yes.
Wait, I'm seeing what he's. Oh my god. Incoming fireballs.
Do you want me to
of
tell him what it
random-
does?
No, we'll see.
I'll just read it out. So at level 15, your item increases to a +2 to spell attacks and spell DC. Once per dawn, you can sacrifice 1 spell slot for the day to get a level 3 or lower spell of fire base damage to cast as many times as you want.
So let's just say if he sacrifices his level 5 spell slot, because that's the max he'll go to. So he sacrifices one of his level 5 spell slots. For him, that's huge, because that means he won't be able to recover it for the rest of the day.
Right.
But if he picks like, oh, I'm going to use Fireball, and a Fireball level 3 spell, that means he can cast it as a cantrip as much as he wants at level 15. But it's only a level 3 spell.
Okay.
But it's still pretty powerful.
Right.
Yeah.
So all you guys will have really, really cool spells and stuff like that. So,
That's pretty cool. I like that.
so you guys are in the. So you guys managed to wipe out these Kuatoa. What do you guys want to do now? You, in your minds at this point, you think. Honestly, the way it comes across you is there's really not much you can do here, unless you really wanted to go out and try something. What's up?
Is there a book?
Ooh, there is no book actually.
Any writing on the altar?
There is some slight writing on the altar, and it is in. Does anybody have?
I can read every language.
How can you read every?
It's my thingy.
It's my thingy. Well, then, of course, you should be able to read his thingy.
Your Eldritch Invocation, or?
I have a thingy, too.
What language?
It's Abyssal.
Does demonic come from Abyssal?
I mean-
that was my hermit language.
That's it would be Abyssal. That's
Okay.
Fiend and Demonic.
Okay.
But if you do have it's not Demonic, it'd be Abyssal. But if you do have Abyssal, that would be this. That would be the language you would know.
I picked Abyssal as my hermit language.
Okay, that's fine.
For fun reasons.
So I'll say that you go up and you read it. So you see it, and it says in Demonic.
No, I gave that up.
Oh, you gave. Oh, that's what you gave up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the same problem when I go to cough up my hair.
So you see it, and
Can I try to read?
you can try, but you kind of lost that ability. And you, I mean, roll an Arcana check to see if you can even make out some of the words.
Meanwhile, Gunner's over here. It's like, oh, I learned this.
Was it 12?
12? Okay. No, you can't really read it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So at that point, you look at it, and it says, "Sacrifice to the Demi-Gugan." It's spelt wrong. Or it's Lemmy Gugan. It's actually with an L. It doesn't even say Demi. It says Lemmy
Oh
Gugan.
my god.
It's gonna make some of the lemming.
So at that point,
I'm gonna relay to them that they misspelled the ritual.
It's some of the lemming.
okay, what's up? Okay. You retrieve half your bolts.
Which is 2, so I got 1 back.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said there's no other way out of this. Wait.
There, you can either go back the way you came.
Retrieve bomb.
You can try to travel the lake itself and see where it leads you.
So it looks like a much wider area now.
It, when you look at it, and you're from the dock area where it all came from, and you see this is probably where the source of the carnage came from. But when you look at it, huh? There is bolts. There boats. There is boats there, and they're kind of all different in their own way. And some are crushed. Some are basically nothing but splinters now. Some are not even there, and there's a couple that are intact. But they look like they only carry about maybe 3 to 4 people.
You guys want to do?
Well, I say we go back, gather our friends, and take a nap. I'm sure there's some houses with some beds there. We're learning from our mistakes, damn it!
I don't sleep.
You can go on a jog through the burning city.
You can go play with your gun.
Yeah, it's fire! Go touch everything!
Well, they don't know what your gauntlet does in game, but you do.
Oh.
Well, by the way, that requires you're in one of the 2-minute
Plus 2
slots.
to jerking off.
That's fine.
Hut!
What?
Hut!
So you guys go back?
I didn't have anything at 2.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, so you guys manage to head back. And you meet up with Ali and Dimitri and...
Oh, shit!
and
Hey! Thanks for the freaking help.
I'm just gonna walk by.
what kind of freaking help did you need? I was over here. What are you talking about?
I'm just gonna walk by.
Wouldn't they have
the
heard the
time I.
commotion?
Huh?
Wouldn't they have heard the commotion?
It was like a 5-second combat. They
Yeah, that
heard.
was
They
very
heard.
long.
It was like a minute combat. It was basically like a minute combat, and You guys were over probably a mile and a half away.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna just walk by.
We killed some shit!
I'm gonna look for a house that doesn't look completely burned. If it has a bed, I'm gonna conk out.
Okay, so you go to one house and Elderwind helps you out because he actually found some empty ones and he points you out to one. So you guys managed to make up camp in there for the night.
Like, Allie, check this out.
Allie's like, oh my gosh, what is that? She's all like scared and freaky.
Like, what do you love?
To the cleric.
That is more than a glove. That looks downright scary and evil.
Yeah, but it can do fun things.
I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. Just
She's
keep,
like, oh, that's
keep it away
scary.
from me.
This guy's just over here. Cuddling.
Dimitri just gives you a thumbs up on that. And then Bob just goes, "Oh, you're gonna sleep. I'm tired."
Yeah, dude.
So you guys are sleeping in here. So you guys make camp, right? I need the people to that are doing watch to roll again.
Perception?
Perception, yes, please.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Well, technically, since you both rolled, it's not advantage, but
Oh. Well, can we redo it?
no. What did you get?
9.
5. All right.
I'm gonna die in my sleep.
So
Nice, everyone.
here's what happens.
I don't hear the
You guys are all
100-pound
sleeping,
foot stomp of
and
Demogorgon.
at this point, besides waking up, are you sleeping first, or are you staying up with them first?
I'm probably sleeping first. I'm probably the second most injured right now.
Okay, so everybody goes to sleep, and you wake up. You wake up like a little bit earlier than everybody else, so that everybody can get their full amount of sleep. But everybody's still kind of passed out, and you guys are just at that point. You're just talking with Lothos. You're like, man, that's a cool gauntlet, man. That's awesome. That's pretty sweet. I hope I get like a gauntlet too. And, you know, and you guys are like talking back and forth with each other, and then all of a sudden you hear.
I go to the door and kind of peek out.
You see, just like on Jurassic Park, the puddles of water that are around
Oh god.
ripple. And you see rocks on the floor tumble and turn.
I'm gonna
And it gets
slowly
louder.
shut the door and
So you shut the hay curtains.
well, wherever we're at.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be like, guys, wake up. Demogorgon is coming right now.
I get up and I say, run! That way!
I'm gonna.
You can't outrun the Demogorgon.
I want to know what it looks like. I don't want to.
Okay.
Not about 20 seconds.
So you guys all wake up and you guys are hearing it. It gets louder. What are you guys doing?
15 seconds.
Do we hide or run? Do we hide or run?
Are you hiding or running?
16.
Hide!
Okay, so you hide. Everybody, I need everybody to roll a stealth check. So you rolled 16, right? Everybody.
So if I'm not moving,
Oh god.
0.
if I'm not moving and I'm inside,
0?
No, I'm saying my modifier.
No, it wasn't a purposeful roll. It wasn't a purposeful roll!
God.
So question.
Okay.
If I'm not outside and I'm not moving, do I still roll a disadvantage?
No. I will say if you're not moving, I'll be nice and you don't get disadvantage.
It's a 17.
Because his armor gives him disadvantage on stealth checks. But I will say since you're not moving, I will say, yeah, you won't get you don't get
17.
disadvantage.
16.
16, 16,
17.
17.
7? I was
Okay.
wondering if I could turn into like a lizard, just like a rat, something really tiny. Just, like,
Sure. Okay. What'd you get? 16, right? 3.
Oh, fuck.
And Allie got 12, and Bob got 10.
Oh, do I need to roll for a cane?
Huh?
Do I need to roll for my first?
Oh, yep, you have to roll for Kane.
I'm a rat.
Oh god.
Or squirrel.
Well, we got this, guys. Don't worry. Hang on, let me.
All right, I'm going to do this in calculator-wise because this is going to be a huge deal. So we got 15, right? How much?
16.
16 plus 16, right?
16.
Plus 17. Plus 7. plus 16 plus 3
Average is pretty
plus 12 plus 10
Plus 5.
plus 5. So that's
Divided by-
total of
What about
8,
Dimitri?
9, 10. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Dimitri.
He would roll high. He's a stealthy boy.
Oh, he's good. He got plus 20. I'd say round 27. I'll say.
Get that
Or no,
curve,
not
baby.
27. 24.
Current this world.
Okay.
He would have advantage because of his
He still rolled really
What
damn
thing?
high.
Mind Stalker. They have that feat, the high.
He already
high-
rolled
doesn't
super
matter.
high.
In the dark,
Yeah.
in the darkness.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 19. So,
Oh, okay.
so 6 plus 3, so 10 total. So we're gonna divide this by 10. Okay. All right.
Average of.
So I gotta grab the book. Hold on. Oh wait, the book's right here.
Die. This guy says that's right.
You were the only one who
Drop
said
it.
hide. Everyone said run. Everyone else said hide.
you
So
I
I
said
went.
run.
Right. But then everybody else said hide, so I went with the majority.
All right. So let me see. What we got here?
No, some black.
There we go.
The pulls out the Dungeon Master Guide and the monster.
All right. Here we go. Moment of truth. Whew. Oh, that's fucking mean. There's no way to do that. Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. All right. Well, at that point, so here's what happens. It gets louder. It feels heavier and heavier, and it stops. And all of a sudden, you look around, and the roof starts collapsing around you as it starts ripping off. And you see, as I point to the camera,
Oh my god.
Yeah, he looks like something.
Yeah, that's a Demogorgon.
you see that, who is basically on the front cover of Out of the
He does
Abyss.
have fur and teeth.
Oh, he's 2 heads. Oh.
Are we
Yes.
dealing with a single-header or a two-headed?
2-head.
God damn it.
Mother?
Mother.
I think we were boned either way.
No,
And it just
single-headed.
growls at you and it goes.
Do I understand him?
What does he speak? What does he speak?
I'm assuming Abyssal. He might be like, hey guys.
I'm so lonely.
Oh wow, that's cool. He speaks all languages.
Oh, awesome. So
And he's, but you hear something in your minds.
oh, yay! My little squirrel brain.
Die, weaklings, die.
Oh.
And I gotta roll. I need everyone to roll something for me.
Not initiative.
Not initiative.
But we rested. We rested. We'd be able to fight to our fullest potential unless we die horribly.
Okay, so here's.
Yeah.
I hope your jerk glove works.
Oh, I was like, oh, got it.
Actually, I gotta look it up because this is part of the Underdark.
He's like instant player death is.
Yeah, how do I deal with a party wipe?
And then Tiamat showed up, and then.
And then He-Man showed up. Followed by Voltron and the Transformers. And then Yoshi showed up.
Yoshi.
He has a gun?
That's Yoshi.
Yeah.
Master Roshi.
Goku instant transmissions out of the world to the wrong place. Hey guys! Oh shit! Goku!
I need everyone to roll.
Yeah.
I need everyone to roll a d20. And we'll say this is a wisdom saving throw.
Does it happen to be against magic?
Sure. I will give you advantage.
No, honey.
Goes for the horse.
I got one better.
18, you're good.
15.
15, you're good.
Oh,
12, you're good.
14.
14, you're good. Alderwin? 5.
And King got a 2.
Oh!
Dimitri got not that much. And then Allie didn't get that well either.
I told you that we should have tried talking our way out of that fight.
That was it.
Okay, so at that point,
Finally.
I need the ones that failed. I need the ones that failed to roll a D100.
Oh god.
Oh, shit!
There's only 2 of them.
One of us wanted to play a druid.
Kind of sucks because I just got you your item.
I know. I'm dead.
I gotta do it for.
Is this health percentage?
I don't know. It's severity. For sure.
Roll.
I'm gonna roll when he's ready. And
Is death saving throw gonna help me?
91.
oh my god! I hope you do it the reverse way. Where this isn't the most severe I could have gotten.
Okay, what did you get?
98.
You ready?
Am I dead?
Oh,
You
God.
hear a shrilling voice.
Okay, that's cool.
You fall unconscious.
I can do it with my powers.
Gonk!
What'd you get?
32.
32. The character becomes frightened and must use his or her action to move each round to flee from the source of the fear. So you have to run the hell away from the Demigorgon, which is what you wanted!
That's what I wanted to do to begin with!
My mount got a 32, if that helps.
Alright, so
What does poor King do? Does he just evaporate?
I don't think King has to roll. I'm not gonna make King
What
roll.
language did your horse speak?
He speaks
Telepathy.
but in my mind,
Give a
he
regular
does
language that you could
Character
Draconic.
retains.
I talked to him Draconic.
Okay.
Not
common.
No.
So when you speak to him in Draconic.
When I speak out loud, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
guess.
you see Allie. Allie just stands there in fear and just can't move. And then you also see
So she's petrified of fear.
she's petrified with fear and she can't move. And then at that point, you see Bob just
Unconscious.
pass out unconscious.
What happened to Dimitri?
Exploded.
Dimitri. Oh wow, Dimitri. Hold on a second.
Oh, yeah, that's a new animal.
I don't want to.
Sorry.
If somebody just gets me up and throws me on Kane, we can run like hell.
We have Bob.
I can throw Bob around his body.
Oh, no.
Dimitri goes, "Oh God, we're gonna die! Oh God!" And he just like puddles in a corner, weeping and crying, and then freaking out.
Well, he's not going to be any help.
And then you got me running around like a fucking ass.
You are constantly running away.
Yeah, you are running away. So I will let everyone take a free round out of courtesy, because I do not want to wipe all these characters out because I do not want Marcus to have to make brand new portraits. He will charge me for the next ones. So you're automatically decided what you're doing. You're gone. So you're going to be using your. I'm going to say use your feline agility, and you bolt it back the way you came, where you guys came from, towards the original path where you came from.
You know what I'm yelling? We should have gone left!
Okay, so you bolt and you're sprinting. The Demigorgon's not even going to do anything.
What's your state?
Okay. What's going on now? What's?
Are we rolling initiative?
No, this is a free round. What you want to do?
Guys, hold on. God, we have to do this in split
So I'm
seconds.
just saying, decide who's going to do what.
Well, I'm out. I need to get rest.
You gotta realize.
You three are the only three that ain't getting any kind of effect, so you
There's-
guys need to talk amongst each other.
There's 3 of us that are passed out.
No, she's fucking...
By the way,
Three that we
I'm going to
can't
give you inspiration because you have been acting out your character thoroughly throughout the whole entire time, and you deserve inspiration. So go ahead and mark that on your sheet that you have inspiration, which means that in any case, you can give a player your inspiration, or you can use it on yourself to reroll any dice. Not damage, but any dice.
How many of our party are currently unconscious?
I'm out.
You
I'm the
have-
one who's out.
No, Bob is out. Bob's unconscious. Cal is unconscious. You
Allie
have
wants to kill herself.
Allie. No, Allie is stunned out of fear,
Oh, stunned out of fear.
and Dimitri is literally shitting and crying in himself.
And there's
Put Bob on his pony. I poof out of a squirrel. Put Bob on his pony. I put Cal on me. I turn into a war horse.
I'm gonna say that.
On me.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Here we go.
I'm gonna say that because you have such a strong telepathic bond to Kane. Kane goes, "Don't worry, boss, I'll save you." Just scoops you up,
Yes!
and just like takes you, and then so he picks you up, and he moves you.
Yeah, cool.
So you see Kane follow Jade, or not Jade, excuse me, Elderwind. Sorry, that was my other Tabaxi friend. So at that point, Kane and Cal are out. Elderwind is out. You have Allie standing in fear. You have Bob unconscious, and you have Dimitri pissing and crying himself.
So how many
onto the
things?
back of the.
Huh?
Kane ran.
Wait, how
Hey,
many
can I
things?
just make a suggestion?
You're unconscious now.
No, he's not unconscious.
Oh wait, never mind.
What are you talking
I
about?
thought you were
Pay
unconscious.
attention.
He's unconscious.
So,
We have 4 people.
But I'm out of here. Kane picked
He's gone, so you don't have to worry about him.
Bob is old. Let him die.
Wait,
Bob, Allie, and
Bob is old.
Unfortunately,
let him
you
die.
don't-
We don't
Bob, Allie, and who?
Dimitri.
is
Dimitri.
Allie unconscious?
Are you even listening?
Allie is awake.
We all grab somebody and we run.
Wait,
No, let him die.
I'm
Dimitri.
grabbing Bob.
Let Allie talk.
Who's gonna grab Dimitri then?
Lily, what are you saying?
Is Dimitri? Can Dimitri
I
move?
can
Or is he like?
Dimitri can move. You can, if you want, you can do the same thing that I did with Cal, with Dimitri, if you would like to do
Or
that.
just fake that horse even there.
Is that what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Do the fade that, do the fade that.
Because he's like squirming, right? How many?
He's panicking. He is having a full-on panic attack and pissing himself.
I'm gonna cast Feign Death on him, which pretty much turns him into a medical coma. I'm gonna say, put him on me! Because I'm gonna turn into a war horse as a large beast. But can I also get Bob on me since I'm large?
Can you turn into a war horse?
Yeah, it's challenge half. I can do challenge 1.
You can do challenge up to. Are you part of the aspect of the moon?
Land.
Your land?
And then level 4, so it's level 1.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're a war horse now.
So she just put Dimitri in a medical
Or
coma.
half. I
It's like, get him
I
off
can
me.
go up to half at war horse.
Okay, so I'll just say at that point he just kind of freezes in fear and passes out. And then, so okay, so you want to load Bob.
Do I have to choose between
Or,
Dimitri and Bob?
you have to choose one because
Bob, he's been here longer than Dimitri.
you can scoop up one person.
Or you could
Kaoa said he was gonna take
Roll
Bob.
for Madness and Godzilla. Yeah, I know. They already did roll for Madness, and that's why they're dealing with so much shit.
Yeah, put Dimitri on me and then what do you guys care about?
I'll get that lead then.
What about Bob?
And I'll bring up the rear, I guess.
Okay, so who's grabbing Bob? Is somebody grabbing Bob? And
Grabbing Bob.
who's grabbing
I
Allie?
should have cast Dark Alley.
Okay, since you have more movement, you're further away. Since you're, I'm gonna give you full movement, one time only.
I'm actually my carrying capacity.
Or your Goliath is
One
large.
size.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm probably being an
Yeah, and he's an
frail,
old man. That's
small-
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Why did
far
that not Dimitri?
you're a war horse, so you move 50, right?
60.
60. So you're booked and you're out. You're out because of your feline agility.
Yay.
You're out because of your steed.
Yes, Kane.
You're out.
That's your character.
And you wanted to fight this.
Okay, hold on.
So-
So it's just between you three that's having difficulties. You're out further, so I don't have to worry about you. So it's between Lothos and Kaoa.
For what?
So this is well because you are actually still within walking and attack. So here's what happens.
Can't we get initiative?
Huh? No initiative. You guys are running. So there's no need for initiative.
Yeah, it's a chase.
It's basically a big old chase.
Dimitri's in a 1 hour coma now. Just by the way. He has resistance to something.
So you hear the roar of the Demigorgon. Both the heads screeching as loud as it can. And at that point, you guys run. Everybody, you're ahead. You look back, and you see everybody coming up from behind. Everybody's coming fast, and when you turn around, Elderwin, you see everyone coming on that horse. You see a random war horse out of nowhere.
Sorry. Yeah.
And you see Dimitri hunched over on top of his back, and then you see good old Kane carrying Cal unconsciously, and then you see Allie on top of backpack style on top of good old Barbarian, running and running and running. But the ones that are super close to the Demigorg that are dragging behind are both Lothos. Well, actually, Lothos does a double move because he's not carrying anyone. He's not doing an action. He's just bolting. So you're good. So he's catching up kind of with everybody, and right between the horses. Yeah. What's up?
You said he's going to be slower, right?
Correct. He will be.
Can I kind of hang with him?
Do you want to?
No.
Go slower.
Fucking run, dude.
What if I let you go first?
No. Run.
You can't attack him.
Run.
We're not going to outrun this thing.
Fucking run.
Anyone have any spells?
I'm currently a horse.
I have some buffs, but I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Apparently nobody wants me to use them, so okay, I'll run.
Okay, so you run and you're out of range.
Yeah, apparently. Right? Dude, the thing's got freaking 10-foot long tentacles and crap. You know he's gonna grab you.
Bob.
No!
If you didn't grab Bob, you would have been okay.
The paladin.
But that was good. That was good. Actually, you know what? For being a paladin and doing that, I will give you inspiration.
This is good. You might be using it right now.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting you to do something like that and grab the random NPC. Maybe Allie, but not Bob. So I will give you inspiration.
Why would I let him?
I know.
Yeah, I would have gotten Bob before you.
I'm murdering you after this if I survive. I swear to God, I'm cutting your head off.
Okay, so here's what's going on. You're backpacking Bob. Now here's what's going to happen.
Oh no!
The Demigorgon stomps, and is chasing after you. Everybody else is perfectly out of reach. As long as you keep going your full movement and everything. But here's the thing. Keoa. The Demigorgon's tentacles come from and just slash you.
Oh god. Oh god.
Let's see, what are the... Okay. Does a 29 hit you?
Oh!
Yeah.
Maybe.
Puts on 30 pieces of armor. It doesn't hit me. It doesn't hit me.
Use Bob as a
Bob
shield.
ups my armor
Yeah,
class,
this
right?
is Bob. Give him a bonus AC.
Poor Bob. Not Bob.
Oh, that's
Bob's just
Bob
trying to
advice.
survive. Hold on, no, I'm trying to
Bob
find
died
it.
anyway. I'm gonna be pissed.
Hey, can I borrow some D12s?
Oh,
Yeah, here.
some D12s.
Oh, wait, I found one.
KO, what's your max health?
Not enough.
How many do you need?
I have 2 right here. I just need 2 more.
Here you go.
Oh boy.
Oh god, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, there's 2 more.
Oh, got it.
We're a bunch of nervous we can't
Oh,
catch.
and that one's the one I missed. It's right by you. The good news is, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Bad news is, you're a
Bad news is, I'm rolling it on camera.
That's a big boy.
Okay,
It's not a 12
What's
or
an
10.
L?
so we have 12,
Oh god.
11, plus 7. So that's a total of, I believe that's 30.
Oh,
You live.
yeah, 30 points of damage.
So you take 30 points of damage, slashing, let me see, 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, they're only about the size of this room.
Now here's the thing. Here's the really bad thing.
Oh god.
You did.
The Demigorgon attacks you with its tentacle, and as it does, it attempts to wrap around you. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Goliath. Athletics.
If the target creature must succeed.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Target is a creature that must succeed.
That's not when you kill him.
I refuse.
Well, that's fucked
You
up.
told me to run.
Alright.
I could have saved you.
Alright.
So rolling what?
Do roll a Constitution saving throw.
Before that
I thought you
happens,
were going to say
Yes.
roll that once.
can I stones endurance?
Yes, you can. Please do. Please do. For the love of God,
Doesn't want you to
please do.
die.
And remember, you have your inspiration if you nat 1 or something.
Can I add the inspiration?
No, you just re-roll it.
You just re-roll that die. The saving. So this would be a great time to use your inspiration.
If it's
To just max, to get a max.
4. You probably
That's
want
5.
to.
So you got 5. So 5. So you have 25. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, what's your hit points? What's your maximum hit points?
49.
Okay.
Gosh,
Gosh.
getting some pretty consistent buffering
Oh,
issues.
wait, that was just the stones endurance.
Sorry if we're having buffering issues. It's
So the 5 was just the stones endurance.
it's just with the unfortunately.
I haven't rolled Constitution
Okay, it's just with the. I'm just telling them. It's just with the internet that we have right now, because we have a computer going, and not to mention we have people in the house using the internet as well. So it's kind of sucking up a lot of the bandwidth and everything. So unfortunately, please bear with us. We really thank you. It's going to be a lot better when we record it. So if you want to watch this episode on YouTube without any delays or out any problems, it's going to be on YouTube on Crazy Light Space Bulb, and they'll all be there. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate
Fast
it.
forward through all this, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now is a Constitution saving throw, and it's going to be a tough one.
What is it? Yeah.
Probably the time you use it.
Oh, no, it was a nat 1. Oh, okay.
Inspiration.
14.
14. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to make this call. Because unfortunately, when the tentacle whips, it attempts to go back and sink inside to your body. When it does, Bob wakes up,
Oh no.
and Bob goes, "Ah!" and sees you about to get hit by the edge of the tentacle.
No!
And moves his body towards the tentacle.
Such a good boy.
Bob gets pierced.
No!
And you see the life of Bob just drain and fall and go limp.
In memory of Bob.
Did we turn and fight?
No.
Bob
We're gone.
gives you some last words, KOF.
Oh, it's epic.
And he tells you and whispers in your ear,
Save the world.
I love you.
Oh!
Save your soul.
and as you do that, you cry and your character is bawling, but you keep pushing forward as you see the Demigorgon growl and the Demigorgon roars. And it just keeps roaring. And at that point, you guys manage to go through the tunnel. The Demigorgon attempts to follow you, but it come across this small tunnel and cannot go through. He bangs and bangs at the tunnel to make room, but unfortunately, he's stuck. You guys run and run and run. For it seems like a good 2 hours you guys run. You're breathing heavy, you're exhausted. And at that point, Cal, you wake up during the run. Dimitri wakes up and
Dimitri.
becomes perfectly fine during the run. Yeah, I know I'm damn merciful.
That could have been the end of Caleb.
Oh, okay.
I was ready to
He
die.
said he was gonna do a new character portrait.
You already halfway through.
Oh wow, thank you guys. So as you escape
Shit
from
posted and showed up already.
as you escape from the Demigorgon,
Like, legit, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. If Bob wasn't on your back, KO would have been instantly dead.
Oh.
There was no doubt about it. And Critter Paladin is absolutely right. I was merciful, but to be honest, I want to keep your character in.
Yeah.
But you know what? You did an admirable thing and you used your inspiration when you needed to.
Yeah.
Too late, the DM nerfed it. Shut up, Marcus. I didn't.
Right?
I didn't nerf it. If you, I'm just saying, it would have been a lot different. Everything happens by the choices that you make in the game.
Hey, Caleb. So is it,
Don't talk to her.
is it Paladin practice to use humans as leeches?
Oh my god, I'm too weak to stop
I
that.
cast Lay on hands.
What is my
Okay.
character doing now?
You cast Lay on Hands on yourself.
All the points I can get, which is 25.
Am I at
Okay,
one?
so you're pretty much at full health at this point.
No, you didn't lose any money.
I was just unconscious.
You were
but I
just
wasn't
unconscious.
Knocked unconscious.
God.
At that point, you guys take a moment of silence for Bob.
One.
And
Did you get eyeballed?
at that point,
I'm gonna try to cast some sort of ritual
It would've
to,
been-
to
it would-
welcome
it
the
would've been-
warrior's sacrifice into the afterlife.
So, I'm
It's special.
really angry with this guy.
Are we still running?
yeah,
Because of his comments.
okay.
So, I'm kind of like just off by myself and hear him say this.
Okay.
Slowly.
Okay.
Stand up. I take my thumb across the
Oh.
and I put it on my face.
Okay.
I turn around and I cast Hold Person.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Am I seeing this?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're seeing this. You see Kiowa. You see the negative comments coming from. You see the negative comments coming from after running a long,
Whoa, whoa.
long run.
So we're not running.
Say what?
You're not running. You stopped, and you see the negative comments of him being very negative towards Bob. And you see that Kiowa cuts his thumb on his axe and puts the blood down. And he's not pushing around. He got pushed too far.
I've seen this before. I don't know if I want to stop this or not. I don't know if I can stop this or not.
You already cast it.
Those. Yeah, it's nice knowing you.
I'm okay. I'm going to wait. Does the spell land? Because I'm trying
Dude,
to.
what
I'm
was
trying
your
to do a
wisdom
nice
saving
little ritual
throw?
for Bob, and then I hear this going on.
11.
11. You fail. So, you are currently paralyzed in place, wrapped around by spectral light.
Then I walk up to him, holding my two-handed great axe, and I take it high in the air, and I slam it down right next to him, almost cutting his ear off. And I grab him,
I was prepared to.
and I hold him, and I pick him up, and I look him right in the face. And I say, if I were you, I would hold your tongue, lest I cleave you in half. And I set him down, pick up my great axe,
Can't do anything.
and I walk away. And I don't let go of the spell.
Okay. Make another wisdom save. Thank you.
9.
He's still stuck there.
You're still stuck there. Let's get another.
Can I just start rolling Lothos with like my nose as a warhorse still? Just kind of keep him moving forward.
Well, we're
So-
kind of like
I walk
away
to
from the
Jinx.
Demigorgon, right?
I
Huh?
walk to Jinx.
You
we're
walk.
kind of in a rest spot right now.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're good.
I walk over to Jinx,
You walk over to Jinx.
and I say, do something about him before I do. This is his last chance with me. And I
Is he
Is
Walk off.
Is he near a wall or anything like
Can I have
that?
another turn?
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Is he like near anything? Like something I can lean up against?
He's pretty much near something.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over there. I'm just gonna lean up next to him.
You walk over there. What'd you get?
13.
13. Which? All right. So when you start walking over there, you break free finally.
I'm gonna walk over there and lean up against something, and I'm just gonna look at him and say, "It would be best if you just keep your mouth shut." Just saying. You can do whatever you want, but keep your mouth shut. And then I'll walk away.
I'm gonna invite the brave Goliath, and I'm assuming I kind of heard what happened, and I'm noticing no Bob, so I'm gonna invite him over to the honoring the dead ritual, and I'll ask him if he wants to join in. Did Bob leave anything on him? Was he able to like grab like a cloak or anything? We have nothing of him.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna cast.
All he got was last words.
Okay. He got
At this
last
point,
words.
I'm leaning up against the wall,
What can I do for you?
looking over there, and I'm just like snapping my fingers with
No, hang
a
on.
little bit of green eldritch magic going off every time.
Okay.
Just staring at him.
I'm gonna cast aid on him to just as some sort of like
Okay.
make of peace.
All right.
Yeah, so I just fluff bolster him up, and then invite him over as I'm doing a honor the dead ritual. One of the few things that probably I still do in my paladin things, because he went down like such a badass. So that's worthy in the eyes of the
He
death
is.
god here.
You got somebody saying that your KO is a badass.
Heck
That's
yeah!
cool.
Cheating little
Gets
Is that in
stabbed
character?
right
I'm not
Jeez,
stopping
dude.
this. Is that in character or did I hear that?
Was that in character? Okay.
I'm like, oh great, here we go, we got a fight going on.
Hashtag why evil characters are so hard to work with in a campaign full of good people and neutral people.
And I'm evil, and I'm on Bob's side.
Fame death. I just put everyone in
Aye,
comas.
aye, aye.
Nope.
Neutral guy right here.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is if we would have left him there, he might have survived on his own while he chased us.
No, he would have gone.
He's a squishy.
But you'll never know.
So we'll never know.
Because you guys all picked a different path. And every path is your own destiny. You make it your, whatever choices you make, you're going to get reaction to those choices. Unfortunately, some choices are going to be hard. Some choices are going to be the best choices. Some choices are going to be the wrong choices. But it's all based on how fast you think and your impulses.
Should have gone left.
The left
Kane
probably
didn't
gonna,
see anything.
And that's a good thing.
You're right now.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't know why.
The guy left.
Critter Paladin says it's all about realizing you'll never survive the Underdark alone. So
That's true.
it's true. At this point, your characters might start to realize that if I go alone, I will not survive on my own.
Well, I think we just learned the name of your mount whenever you summon him.
Bob!
Oh gosh.
And on that note,
Do it! Do it!
And on that note, you guys take a rest, and you guys travel back. And I need you guys to all roll for a survival check. For foraging, and I need
Oh, yes.
I also need a perception check from our scout with advantage,
Oh, did everybody roll that survival?
and I need watch
Yeah,
checks.
who's rolling?
who's rolling?
I'll roll this time.
I haven't yet. I think it's okay.
Nice shot.
I rolled
So
an eight.
was there
Oh,
roll
yeah.
for first?
Okay.
Perception?
26.
Yeah, you're rolling for perception for watch, which is with advantage.
Wait, who's watching?
Or no, he's scouting.
God.
You're watching.
Yeah.
So what did you get?
It's, yeah, I got it.
We're rolling
Natural
twice,
20.
right?
You don't spot
Yes.
anything while you're camping.
What was it? Oh, so I'm rolling for perception.
You're
What?
scouting. So you roll perception. What is your perception?
It's a nat one.
It's a nat one. You managed to scout, but you managed to kind of get lost a little bit, but then you realize you find the right path again about a couple hours later.
Anyone helping you? I thought you had advantage on that. or-
He did. He had advantage. You have
Oh, he did
advantage.
have roll. You roll again. Who's
Oh,
helping
let me
him?
roll that again.
Allie.
Oh, okay, so it's an NPC. That's why I was confused. Okay.
Well, actually, Allie's the guide.
Yeah, Ali's with me, and I rolled really well. So.
Oh, Dimitri's helping you.
Yeah.
Dimitri's helping you. 3.
It's not enough.
You get lost for a bit because there's a turn that you never saw before, and you started going down it, and then you realized it wasn't. So you lose about a day's travel.
So what happens when you don't listen?
Oh, we all lose a day's time.
At that point,
just him. He went off.
It's survival for guiding.
survival, yes.
Okay, I roll 18 plus 4, so 22.
Do I need to roll survival?
So, huh?
Do I need to roll for survival?
No, just perception. At that point,
So Ali
you
and I are
figured
fine.
out
Yeah.
the right way to go, and then finally you think to yourselves, we should have went. We probably left was probably been the best choice. At that point,
Nobody gonna listen to this guy?
how much did you guys get for your survival for foraging?
So we actually both roll.
Okay.
So I forgot she had advantage.
That's fine.
But I rolled an 18.
Okay.
And you rolled a...
So, with your food that you've already eaten and consumed, and all the water that you consumed, all the mushrooms, because you marked all those down because you ate them for the past time, okay? So, while going back, you scavenge enough food so you guys don't waste any rations. You guys manage to save, but it takes you a week to get back to where you started from,
Oh my god.
to where you've met that triple.
Whoa.
When you guys go back, you guys are full, you guys are healthy, the good berries are helping you out, and at that point, you guys go left. You guys go down the corridor, or not the corridor, you guys go down the left cave entrance. You guys go down, and you guys go down more. About a good week's worth of foraging, of guiding, you come across more tunnels. But these tunnels are more covered in fungi. And you see mushrooms growing everywhere. You actually see light coming from some of the mushrooms themselves. Glowing moss and shrooms just emanating in the hallways. You see it's humid in here, but it's warm. It's not cold. You guys go down a little bit more. After about a week and a half, you guys come across an open glaive. An open cavern full with fungus and mushrooms. And we'll end it there. Alright.
Happy sixth session, guys.
Alright guys, I want to thank everyone that's on our stream right now. The 6 of you and the 5 of you that have been watching throughout the whole entire time.
Thank you so
I want
much.
to thank you guys so much for joining us and supporting us. The more you guys share our Twitch stream and the more you guys put it out there, the better we're gonna get.
Share those
We
YouTube videos.
and I'm gonna be sharing those YouTube videos so we can get more of it out there, so people that are just starting can catch up. Thank you, Marcus, for making our character portraits.
Yes, thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
Really, really appreciate it.
You D&D gods for not letting me die.
Yes. That was honestly, Marcus is probably gonna give me crap for that because I was being way too damn.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
DM.
And by the way,
Kindness.
anyone, if there's anything that you think that we could do to improve how we entertain you guys, by all means, let us know.
Kill each other.
Unfortunately, we lost Bob on this run, but you know what? There'll be plenty of more NPCs to go. We always.
Nobody
More
is touching
importantly,
Bob,
we didn't just lose Bob, we lost the eyeballs of Bob.
Yeah, that's always a downside.
Couldn't even have a ritual for Bob.
But hopefully the stream won't be so laggy for you guys. If you guys want to see the unlaggy stream, you'll see the recording of this video that I'll be posting up, episode 6 of Noobs and Dice. Please join us again on the next episode. I'll be sure to post the time schedule up a little bit earlier, so you guys will have a better understanding and better knowing of when the next episode is. Alright, thank you guys so much for joining us on Noobs and Dice. We appreciate you guys, and we hope you guys have a wonderful week.